very, very hard to come back.
Yeah.
While we're waiting to begin, if your phone is in the ring mode, I would also appreciate if you put it on silent.
That's very.
We can all do it together. Okay, ding, 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 Alita, makes our forum work. Please come to the front. Thank you. Yeah, there's seats up front. I've only said it 4 times. The first couple of rows are the board members. You should know that.
Yes,
Yes, that's right. So that's fine.
Let's see there.
I'm just saying, there are plenty of seats.
I'm just going around.
Okay, all right, so we're gonna get started. My name is Valerie Mason. I'm the chair of Manhattan Community Board 8. Welcome to our main meeting. We will start off with our public session. To my right is Ian McKnight, our district manager, and to my left are our secretaries, Lindsay Cormack, Sebastian Howell Clark, and Craig Lader. And somewhere in the audience is our second vice chair, Addison Lev, and our first vice chair is on the way. Okay, let's get going. Go ahead.
All right. So if you're joining us for the first time, here's how public session works. I'm going to start by calling the people who are here in person. Other people are registered to join us online on Zoom, and we'll hear from them in the second round. I'll call names in groups of 3. If I call your name, you can come up and speak in any order. Make sure to speak into the microphone right here. And we'll start with Sharon Huta, Holly Lundberg, and Patty Safran. If I called your name, you can come right up and speak into the microphone here.
Okay, go to the next 3.
All right. Oh,
This could go faster.
okay. Oh, go ahead. Come on up.
Hello, I'm Patty Safran. I'm the former US editor, politicallight.com UK, and I was the contributing editor to Horse Directory magazine. What I want to talk about is the lack of regulation for the carriage horse drivers being assaulted by pedicabs and the e-bikers problem. The horse-drawn carriage drivers are being assaulted by pedicab drivers and the NYPD do nothing. Similarly, the e-bikers causing accidents mostly never get written up by the police. The city council and courts aren't enforcing anything. And a Central Park carriage driver said recently, 3 pedicab drivers attacked me from behind. I don't fault the police for the unsafe conditions. It's the city council. They want to get rid of the carriages. Unfortunately, the carriage drivers say 911 and 311 complaints rarely see any response, and the police don't come when called. Commissioner Tisch said 311 and 911 calls are answered promptly, but not for the carriage drivers. And a doorman at the Row Hotel on 8th Avenue said recently, I've seen the police give carte blanche to the e-bikers after accidents. They're continuing to not write them up. And we know this from NYU Langone. And Ian and I were discussing, he also said it's Bellevue who's noticed this too. And the new bill 0600 to license e-bikes will be doomed because just like with the pedicabs, there are thousands that are illegal and uninsured. And we're dealing with people who don't respect the social contract. And the Midtown Community Justice Center, City Council, and other groups are considering
Finish up. You can finish your.
further surveillance. But none of this will help if you don't have police reinforcement and accident reports.
Thank you very much. Just as a reminder, you get 2 minutes at the mic. Thank you.
This is the last call for Holly Lundberg and Sharon Huta. Next up, we'll go to Jordan Stein, Kirby Kursells, and Emily Gassio. Anyone? Last call for those three?
Actually, Kirby just stepped down.
Oh, okay, we'll keep Kirby on the list. Thank you.
Wait, somebody's coming from the back.
Emily is as well, because, but Kirby's serving as her cited guide.
Oh, that's
Okay,
great.
that's fine.
Okay,
You wait for Kirby?
Great.
Okay.
all right, we'll keep you up there. We'll go now to Betsy Feinstein, Bill Bryan, and Jibril Yunus.
Remember, say your name and where you live.
Oh, okay. Betsy Feinstein, 1160 Third Avenue. I'm here to discuss Ori's Market. First, I do want to thank the community body for helping us in the 19th precinct. We still have a problem. It's 2 years. We want to know if they are a market or a restaurant. What do their permits allow and prohibit? The double parking, triple parking is still a huge problem. I don't understand why they can't valet, or who can figure out if they can valet cars. Their fines are still unpaid. Their tables still go out onto the sidewalks. We have complained and complained. 311 is doing their part, but this is not sustainable. It is not for the police to come every day and ticket. Plus, they're putting their tickets on the floor. So that's littering, it's loitering, and it's our, basically, it's our quality of life that's been taken away from us. If Cinderella's and Grace's did this, it would be in any supermarket, started a cafe that was probably illegal, it would be a problem. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just.
Oh, may I use a small visual aid?
This is the one we talked
Okay,
about.
yeah, sure.
Thank you so much.
Just be cognizant of the clock.
Understood. Good evening. My name is Jibril Yunus. I'm speaking on behalf of Fernbach LLC, a fourth generation family business that has owned the apartment building 26 East 81st for approximately 85 years. Our concern is straightforward. The proposed rooftop use at 24 East 81st would significantly impact the privacy and quality of life of our tenants. The two buildings are separated by less than 15 feet. 6 of our apartments directly face this rooftop, with bedroom windows looking straight into the space. Until now, this is never an issue because the rooftop was used only by a single penthouse family. It was residential, quiet, limited in use. Granting a liquor license that allows outdoor dining on the rooftop and drinking would fundamentally change that. Instead of one family, our tenants would face 20 to 30 patrons gathering just 15 feet from their bedroom windows late into the evening. Residents would lose privacy, quiet enjoyment, and a reasonable living environment. We respectfully ask the board deny the application in order to protect the surrounding residential community and families who live there. If the board is unwilling to deny the application, we ask that any approval include a condition prohibiting the use of outdoor rooftop space in exchange for the license. At a very bare minimum, we would also request meaningful mitigation measures, including an enclosed acoustical structure similar to a greenhouse and a privacy screen facing our building to reduce noise, light, and direct visibility into our tenants' homes. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Can I just ask you a question? Have you spoken to the owner of the restaurant directly?
I have, and on Sunday afternoon, I spoke directly with Giuseppe, and he claims that all of this is a farce, that there is no club coming in. He was emphatic about it and got a bit upset. He said he's hired a lawyer. He says it's some kind of a real estate BS.
Is he here tonight?
Unfortunately, I don't think so.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
We can leave the aid up.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bill Bryan. I'm a resident in this building. I'm a lifelong New Yorker, 49 years old. I grew up across the street till I was about 30, and I moved downtown, and where there are lots of bars and restaurants, there are lots of fun. Then I moved uptown to this lovely building about 4 years ago with my wife and 2 young children. My wife works at home. And everything's been great. Beautiful neighborhood. This is one of the views is from my bedroom. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to potentially be coming in here. But it's going to be every single night, and breakfast, and lunch, and dinner, and live music, and drinks, and happy birthday a couple times a night. No, thank you. I like to party more than anybody, trust me. Commercial rooftops are great for drinks, socializing, meeting new people, seeing old people. This is not where we need it right now. There is essentially no precedent from my understanding. I like to go to a lot of bars in the Upper East Side and Midtown and downtown. I don't know one commercial rooftop like this. So my thought is, let's just keep, it looks like a great development too. What they're gonna do is Sistina, redo the whole building. It's historic, beautiful landmark building. Let's just keep it inside, so everyone can have a nice time. They can see old friends, new friends, not have to meet. I don't have to listen to this. I don't have to hear Zoom calls. My kids don't have to get woken up in the middle of the night. So that's it. But long story short, too, the Eunice family who owns this building has been a wonderful landlord. They've owned the building for 85 years. I think their thoughts and opinions about the neighborhood are spot on. So thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we're going to go to Frederick Lapham, Stephanie Reckler, and Adam Eunice.
If you want to get them ready, then they're ready? Well, are they gonna come to the front or are we gonna move the microphone to the back?
Okay, great. We'll do them in the next round.
Well, just have them come forward and then we'll call them. Okay.
I'm fine.
Come on up here.
Go ahead.
I'm Stephanie Reckler. I live at 78th and Park. I'm one of the original members of the Committee to Protect Our Lenox Hill neighborhood. I'm here to address the full board and call for you to vote against the transfer of air rights from a beautiful landmark built townhouse on East 80th Street to the developer of a modern luxury building on East 79th Street and Lexington Avenue, out of the landmark district. It was voted down 9-4 correctly by the Landmarks Committee on Monday. This transfer benefits the owner of the townhouse and the developer. It is taking advantage of the City of Yes legislation that is meant to benefit an increase in affordable housing. Let me tell you, this building is not affordable by any stretch of the imagination. Adding 2 to 4 floors at a shop may not seem very, very much to you. But if you count all the townhouses in a contextual district that could sell their rights to this developer, the tower will grow like Topsy. So I beg you to ratify what the Landmarks Committee voted on. And I would like to also tell you about a town hall that Civitas and the Committee to Protect Our Lenox Hill neighborhood are holding on June 9th. And we will be discussing the Article 78 legislation that should be.
Go ahead, wrap it up.
Okay. That should be at the with the judge, and you will hear how we have answered the Northwell and Lenox Hill Hospital. Northwell submitted 17,500 pages. If they could bury us in paper, they would, but we're not giving up. We won't have that hospital dominate Lexington Avenue and 77th Street.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. I have flyers that we did just today. They're at the front desk. You will also be getting emails.
All right, next up, go ahead. Yes, so come on up.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, and you've each signed up, so you each have 2 minutes. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Emily Gosio, and I'm here today on behalf of Families for Safe Streets. I live on 77th Street in the next hill, and I'm here also in support of Sammy's Law, which will reduce the speed of cars driving down our streets to make the streets safer. I was hit and run over by a vehicle back in 2010 that was speeding, and I was seriously injured. Luckily I survived, but it is like my belief in Family for Safe Streets that we need to make our streets safer for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kirby Purcells, and along with my partner Emily, I live on 77th Street in the Max Hill neighborhood. And I'm here tonight in support of Sammy's Law. As you heard from Emily, their life was completely changed when they were run over by a truck. And now they're in one of the most vulnerable groups of the people that walk our streets every day. That are people with disabilities, the elderly, young. And we know that these people are hit and killed at an exorbitantly high rate, and that Sammy's Law will help to change that. We know that every mile slower that a car is going or a vehicle is going when it hits someone, it increases the chance that they will survive and it lowers the chance that they will experience serious injuries. We also know that the faster someone is driving, the more they have tunnel vision and the longer it will take them to stop if they see someone. And I really hope that the members of the board vote in favor of the resolution that asks the DOT to adopt Sammy's Law throughout the district. Thank you so much.
Last call for, here we go. No.
Okay, we need a proper speed limit here.
My name is Rick Glassman, and I'm president of the co-op board at 18 and 20 East 81st Street. We are not right adjacent, but we're one building away from 24 East 81st Street. And this is a very, very quiet block. We do have a restaurant, but the restaurant is really emptied out really by, it's an Upper East Side place. It's not a downtown place, so it's very quiet at night. Everyone who lives in our building is very nervous about having the permitted use, having the outdoor terrace as a permitted use. I mean, it would really disrupt. We have a bunch of younger people living in the building. It could disrupt them at night. The backyard is really formed by two townhouses between Madison and Fifth Avenue on 80th and 81st Street. And Sam carries like crazy back there, but he thinks anywhere's going to. So we really are hopeful that you'll limit the activity to the building and not to the terrace. Thank you.
Last call for Adam Eunice, and then we'll go to Matt Bauer, Rachel Skinner O'Neill, and Jonelle Constantinovic.
Good evening. My name is Adam Eunice. I am one of the owners and general manager at 26 East 81st Street. As my brother mentioned, we are a fourth generation family owned building directly next door to the proposed private members club. All of our apartments have windows that face 24 East 81st, and the majority of these apartments are occupied by families with young children. Under the current proposal for 24 East 81st, There will be 4 bars instead of the current one, and active commercial rooftop with dining and drinking that will face all of our tenants' bedrooms. A venue with a CO that goes up from 114 to 280, with a rooftop for drinking and dining will not only negatively affect our tenants' ability to sleep and maintain privacy, it will affect the entire neighborhood, with increased traffic, noise, and garbage. I think it is important just to say that the Met is also 1 block away. As you know, alcohol plus drinking and dining in an open air rooftop setting equals increased noise. And there is no realistic way to enforce a 10 p.m. closing once serving begins. So on behalf of 26 East 81st and our current and future tenants, we ask the community board to deny the application in full to protect the integrity of our community. If CB8 is not able to deny the license in full, I request that the community board at least stipulate some sort of acoustical isolation in the form of an enclosed structure with perhaps a privacy wall so that people cannot look into the windows. A fully inclusive. May I keep going? I got 2 more sentences.
Okay, that's it,
Thank
yeah.
you. At a minimum, please stipulate not using the outdoor space in a commercial sense. I'll leave it at that. So
Okay.
we are asking for protection of our families and the future of the building.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Valerie, one question. Why did they didn't show up in the meeting?
Yeah, none of this was.
What's that?
No, the chair.
What you mean, why these people
They
didn't
didn't
show?
show up in the meeting.
Well, I'll allow you to ask that question. Go ahead.
Oh,
Well, we have the
why-
hearing.
When we have the hearing, otherwise the co-chair is right there. You didn't show up. Because we didn't hear anything, and that's what we approved.
We did not know that that meeting was occurring. That's why, otherwise we definitely would have been there, 1,000,000%.
Are you saying that there weren't any flyers? You didn't see any of the flyers?
I did not see the flyers. I'm at the building almost every day.
Okay.
Posted.
I mean,
They should be the
but
street.
just one thing, they're not required to come to one meeting over the other. They still have the right to object. So that's why they're here tonight. And that's always been the case. And we've always
Yes, ma'am.
said when restaurants come for any kind of license, that just because they get the approval or whatever in the small meeting doesn't mean that that's going to happen in the large meeting, and it would behoove them to show up again. So it's not like we're discounting your testimony. We just wanted to understand why you guys.
I completely understand, and that's why we're here now, and we would have had more people if we would have seen these flyers, but
Okay, all right,
the,
that's fine.
a lot of flyers get posted in the neighborhood with the Met there and just
That's
police
okay.
blocking traffic.
Yeah.
It's so we would have been here otherwise.
Okay, we appreciate you coming tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Matt Bauer.
Okay, Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt Bauer. I'm the director of the Madison Avenue Bid. Just want to go over some of the new store openings in the last time, since the last time I've been here on Madison Avenue, actually opening up on Monday at J at 18 East 69th Street. It's a store that's been closed, or a space has been closed for maybe 10 years, but since before the pandemic. So it's correct. A new fashion brand has opened there. Last week, Falconeri, an Italian cashmere brand, opened up. Marley, jewelry brand, Pasquale Bruni, another jewelry brand, and actually a legacy business has just opened up a brand new location. Kwiat Fred Layton that started 100 years ago with Sam and Sadie Kwiat. Anyway, they opened up this last week at 713 Madison. Want to invite you to shop with your dog on Friday, May 29th. It's Shop with Your Dog Day on Madison Avenue at 8 stores. And each of the participating stores are donating 10% of their sales to Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. And the week of June 1 is Caring Kind Week on Madison Avenue. We have about 8 stores that are donating a percentage of sales to this brain health organization. And I'd also like to invite you to our annual meeting for the membership on June 11th at the Roosevelt House. And our featured speaker is Stephen Kolb, who is the CEO of the Council of Fashion Designers of America. So you could hear about the state of fashion here in the United States from Stephen Kolb. So thank you so much.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, everybody. My name is Rachel Skinner O'Neill. I'm the library manager of the Webster branch of the New York Public Library. That's the one on York Avenue, not the Yorkville Library, which is on 79th Street. What I wanted to talk to you about tonight is something that's happening in all the libraries in the New York Public Library system. We have recognized that adults want to read, they want to get together, we hope. Hope you've all got your library cards at the ready, because we have a challenge for you. We are doing summer bingo for adults. My particular favorite is cook a recipe from a new cookbook and bring that cookie in, because it's going to be a cookie, isn't it? They're going to make come in, bring it into the library. In all seriousness, it's just like, so we're doing a summer reading challenge, and we have prizes from June the 1st. Don't come to the library tomorrow expecting to get your tote bag, having done all the squares in 24 hours. But yeah, come in and grab a bingo card. I've left some outside, tell people about it. The other thing is that we have got a massive summer read, which is going to be, it's going to be our new big summer book club. We are all going to be reading The City We Became. Has anybody read it? Yeah.
I haven't read it. I've heard really excellent reviews.
Okay, so we're inviting all New Yorkers to come and join us as we read this. It is a modern epic fantasy. New Yorkers from every borough must come together to embody the soul of NYC in order to save it from destruction. So it sounds like a rip-roar. And we are going to be having a huge summer celebration at the Delacorte Theatre on August 17th. In partnership with the Public Theatre, we're going to have live performances. We're going to do an awful lot of stuff. So that is your bingo card. It's out there. Come and get one and come to the library and get your card. You can get the book as an ebook right now or as an audio book right now. If you want a physical copy,
Thank you. All right, our last two people in person are Yonel Konstantinovic and Kirby LaCrout. You can come on up. Thanks for being here.
Good evening. My name is Jonel Konstantinovic. I work for TriStar Equities, which manages 2 buildings located on East 81st Street. I was asked by one of my commercial tenants, Shrubsole Antiques, to read his statement because he cannot attend tonight's meeting in person due to a family obligation. To whom it may concern, I write to express my surprise and dismay that the board is considering allowing a club to operate, including operating on the rooftop at 24 East 81st Street. I am an immediate neighbor renting a small shop at 26 East 81st Street, and I own 2 apartments across the street at 23 East 81st Street. Probably the nicest thing about living on this block is the extraordinary peace and quiet it affords in the middle of a noisy city. And while occasionally the restaurant's guests leave or arrive noisily, all the commotion of the restaurants is inside the building. To have people dining, drinking, etc. outside on a rooftop, I believe truly alter the wonderful atmosphere this neighborhood affords. Thank you, Tim Martin, owner of Shrubsole Antiques. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
We've got it. And we have the 2 Kirby's.
Poor Kirby made a little mistake when he was signing me up. My name's actually Emmeline.
Oh, Emmeline, thank you for being here.
Okay, so hello, I am a resident of the Upper East Side. I live on East 81st Street in the Yorkville side of the neighborhood, and I am here in support of Sammy's Law to reduce speed limits across the district by 5 miles. As a blind individual who travels independently, the vast majority of the time that I'm around on these streets, every time I cross the street, I understand that my life is in my hands. People run red lights all the time. I can tell you because sometimes I wait, and when there's an audio pedestrian signal, I wait for it to tell me I can cross. I know it waits to do that until a full 5 seconds until the crossing traffic has a red light. And yet plenty of times cars, including buses, are running that light and in front of me while the audio pedestrian signal is telling me it's safe to cross. So I walk every single day understanding that this is a little bit of a wild city. But the reduction in speed limits is proven to save lives, it prevents injuries, and I know that it would make myself feel significantly safer navigating these streets as a joyful, happy, independent blind woman, as well as the dozens of other blind people who live in this neighborhood. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And now we move to the Zoom portion of the evening. Get our Zoom speakers up here. And we are going to hear first from Evelyn David.
Surprise.
Surprise! Hi. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all well. I am Evelyn David. I live on Lexington Avenue, 806 Lex. Anyway, just two questions that are redundant and keep going on and on. The open streets, that's the first question. Any feedback about that so that it's not a repeat performance from last summer? That's number one. And number two, any feedback on any news or rumors or gossip about what's going on with the Park Avenue situation, which has everybody in a state of shock. But anyway, so those are two. Anything?
Okay, first, the Park Avenue situation is situated outside of the district, although I have to say I get more emails about it than anything else. I don't know exactly what's happening with that because it was part of the redesign of Midtown South. So theoretically, the community boards covering those districts voted in favor of it. But there is some discussion about how you can close down Fifth Avenue to traffic and then reduce the number of lanes on Park Avenue as to where that traffic is going to go. But that's all that I know about that. On the open streets, no, we have not gotten any feedback. Actually, Evelyn, I would suggest if you have a question about open streets and the quote unquote fiasco, you should come to our transportation meeting.
He's actually referring to Summer Street.
Summer Streets, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Summer Streets, right. Right, yeah, I did bring it up with transportation and at the transportation meeting, but no answers, yeah.
Brendan understands you, Evelyn, so thank goodness he's here for that reason.
Okay, okay.
That's where we are with that, okay?
Okay,
But
yes, thank you very much, thank you very much. All right, thanks,
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
All right. And next we'll hear from Dylan Kennedy. Go ahead, Dylan.
Hi, I would just like to quickly speak in favor of Sammy's Law. I think that reducing speeds across the district just a little bit will make it a much safer environment for everyone who is walking around the neighborhood, and particularly the fact that it decreases at most around school zones is critical for making it safe for kids to walk. Now, obviously, when you walk to school, you are not exclusively walking in front of school zones, which is why it's important to lower it everywhere. But I think targeting it by schools, making it safer for those who need it most, for those who generally don't have a voice in our politics, is a really important step and is something I would love to see the board take on. I know it already went through the transportation committee, and so I'm very optimistic that we'll get to see the full board approve it. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Okay, next up, Gustavo Sepulveda.
Hello, everybody. First time speaker here, so please forgive the unfamiliarity. I've been living in the neighborhood for 4 years. I wanted to speak on introduction 0536-2024. This is a city council bill that was introduced and sponsored by Justin Brennan. And what it entails is to make it mandatory for food retailers to document when, what, and the list of what they're going to be donating for food pantries. So this is a very important bill because I always see that food insecurity is tackled by community organizations in the neighborhood, like All Saints Episcopal Church or St. Patrick's even, but they need help. And I think that with Whole Foods on 57, for example, who say that they donate, but not necessarily what, this is something that would tackle a lot of problems at once. So yeah, the current bill currently legally expired, but with Kayla Santosuoso taking over from Mr. Brennan, District 47, there's a new version that might come about, and hopefully everybody will support that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, I'm getting this from somebody in the audience who knows that you're talking about an old bill, not a current bill.
Oh, Gustavo, let me unmute you again. I'm sorry.
And that you should check to see if it got reintroduced, but we don't think so.
No, it hasn't. I reached out to all the sponsors on 0536. I reached out to all the sponsors and, as I mentioned, Ms. Santosuoso, but I wasn't able to get anybody on the phone. So I'm not aware if there's any follow-up, but hopefully, since it was a good initiative, someone will take some sort of action.
Okay, there are elected representatives in the room.
Oh,
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you very much.
They should be.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
Next up, Alexander Billy. Alexander, you should see a prompt to unmute on your screen. There we
Sorry,
go.
I'm feeding my daughter. Maybe you can see that. So I am.
No worries.
I live in 63rd and 2nd. As you can see, I have a young daughter, and like every parent in this neighborhood, I think about her safety every time we're near traffic. This is an abstract. Pedestrian was killed on 72nd Street and 3rd. We've had a pedestrian struck on our street, 63rd. 78-year-old was killed crossing 2nd and 93rd. These aren't freak accidents. They're predictable outcomes of streets designed for speed over people. I am here to support Sammy's Law. It gives us a tool that we've never really had. And the safety is pretty simple. Every mile per hour reduces fatal crashes by about 20%. Going from 25 to 20 isn't symbolic. It's the difference between walking away and not. I hear traffic flow objections in these meetings, but on crosstown blocks with signals every 250 feet, speed limits don't determine traffic time. Lights do. I think that CB8 should pass a resolution supporting the DOT designation of our district as a slow zone for our daughters, for our seniors, for those who are physically disabled. I urge the board to vote yes. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Next up, we'll hear from Bill Brennan.
Yes, my name is Bill Brennan, 170 East 78th Street, and I'm public comment is concerning zoning regulation 75-422. It's a transfer of unused development rights from a historical landmark to another property in the surrounding area. This week, I asked the Landmarks Committee, when will the developer stop under this new regulation? As we have seen in the last 2 months, the developer on the southeast corner of 79th and Lex has made 3 separate buys of non-adjoining landmark air rights, which I will name leapfrog landmark air rights under this new reg. The Landmarks Committee voted in favor of the 159 and 169 East 78th Street, but voted to oppose the 116 East 80th Street. The votes appear to be inconsistent, and perhaps the Landmarks Committee will explain why. I believe there are issues raised with this application of the zoning regulation. I should get my real estate license because buying and selling of these leapfrog landmark air rights are ripe. You could also say that they're almost like carbon credits. You know, why not call Ryan Seahart and get a brokerage license and start brokering these air rights so that developers can purchase them. Also, I would encourage, it would also encourage as well these super talls similar to a moat surrounding the landmarks and landmark districts. In addition, landmarks and their districts will suffer the long-term effects of this leapfrog air rights. Thank you.
Thank you. Serena Kappas is next.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Yes. I am a resident of East 90th Street, and I am also an executive board member and co-vice president of Wagner Middle School Parents Association. On May 15th, just a few days ago, the New York City Department of Youth and Community Development, DYCD, made the decision to replace trusted middle school after-school providers with years-long experience with new organizations that in some instances lack middle school program experience and deeply established collaborative relationships within our school communities. Wagner Middle School was one of the schools impacted by DYCD's decision and will lose the Manhattan Youth after-school provider in the 2026-27 school year. This is significant on many reasons. It's a loss because Wagner's school community is a diverse student body of almost 950 students. For the past 8 years, Manhattan Youth has been a trusted partner who's become integrated into the Wagner Middle School community. This decision to replace Manhattan Youth risks disrupting the trust, the daily safety, and institutional continuity that has been built in the course of 8 consecutive years. Manhattan Youth doesn't just provide childcare, they manage a vital ecosystem that impacts the academic and social framework of Wagner Middle School, and the Manhattan Youth staff serve as trusted mentors, coaches, instructors, leaders, and role models for our community. Manhattan Youth's programming provides a safe and welcoming after-school environment for almost 500 Wagner students, including 51 multilingual learners and 46 students in temporary housing. And the breadth of the course offerings provides a framework for Wagner students to not only channel their creativity, but find paths for self-expression, foster collaboration, teamwork, and build friendships. Importantly, despite DYCD's official site visits, where they ranked Manhattan Youth's program at Wagner as above standard and far above standard, which is the highest tier achievable under city evaluations, the decision was still somehow and inexplicably made by DYCD in May to dismantle the successful program.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stop you there, Serena. I will tell you that you should continue to listen as the representative of the speaker's office is gonna talk a little bit about this. I will also tell you, and this has come up in between meetings, that, and this is for the greater group at large, protests should be addressed to DYCD's commissioner and have to be received in writing no later than May 26th. And the protest should be emailed to rfpprotest@dycd.nyc.gov with a copy to the agency's chief contracting officer. We're going to put all of this on our website, but we urge you, if you do know parents, to get as many protests in as possible. So thank you for coming tonight and raising this important issue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Patricia Gogev. Patricia, you should see a prompt to unmute on your screen.
Yes, I see that. Thank you. It's actually very appropriate that I'm going right after Serena because I'm basically raising the same issue. I am a resident of 81st Street on the Upper East Side. I'm also the executive board member and treasurer of Wagner Middle School's Parent Association. And essentially, I'll just kind of re-highlight what Serena's comments were. But as she said last Friday, DYCD decided to replace this longstanding middle school after-school provider for many Upper East Side middle schools, including Wagner. Just to highlight the Wagner program, the Manhattan Youth Program provides 73 annual electives and diverse course catalogs spanning drama, theater, music, sports, mentorship, and leaderships, providing a safe and structured after-school environment for just under 500 participating Wagner students, which is nearly half of the Wagner student population. In DYCD's recent site visit to Manhattan Youth at Wagner in April of 2026, again, they rated us far above standard scores. Yet a decision was made 1 month later to end the contract and give basically hand to Wagner a new after-school program for next year. Wagner Middle School's leadership, who has strongly supported continuing with Manhattan Youth, was informed that an alternative provider has been selected for Wagner despite concerns regarding provider experience, program quality, or overall fit for the Wagner community. Manhattan Youth was ranked more highly by Wagner School leadership in the RFP process than the provider ultimately selected. So in summary, we're just basically DYCD's sweeping changes to a successful and trusted after-school program without transparency, stakeholder engagement, or demonstrated justification does not serve students or families. Instead, it creates an unnecessary disruption, damages community trust, and destabilizes support systems that students depend upon every day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Stay tuned, and I only wish that there was a representative from the mayor's office who attended our meetings who could listen to some of these issues that are being raised. But maybe one day someone from the Office of Community Engagement will show up. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Tibor Crisco is next.
Good afternoon, evening, I'm not. Thank you for letting me speak briefly. I am a resident of Roosevelt Island. I've had the chance to address you all before, and I'll be brief with my comments. I'm speaking about the Roosevelt Island steam plant demolition that we have been very grateful for the support and advocacy that the Community Board 8 has given us. And other members, at least Colin, will speak, I think, shortly, and he'll go into a bit more detail. But I'll just say this remains a very, very active and relevant issue. My perspective as a father on the island, as a concerned physician caring about people's health, is that the concerns about safety are unfortunately too much still at this point lip service or kind of talking around issues without enough concrete details. The community advisory group that you all as the community board were instrumental in helping to bring to the table has yet to happen. Whether you want to call it stonewalling or bureaucratic inefficiency, I don't know, but as the demolition preparations continue and potentially literally any day or any week, some of that will start. There still has not been any community advisory group meeting, which is, again, I don't know if it's disrespectful or it's certainly concerning. And finally, in meetings that we've been trying to pursue really on our own efforts with the Department of Buildings, essentially an admission that no longer the prior comments about this being an emergency for public safety or a structural issue. It was essentially just said, this is because the building needs to come down and no one wants it. And this is a political issue, which is a significant about face for everything that's been said to this body conveyed to elected officials. So we appreciate your efforts. There are needed just as much or more. And again, Colin will go into a few more details and appreciate that support. Thank you.
Thank you. And as you predicted, Colin, you are next.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kalin Kresnitsky from Architectural Community Alliance of Roosevelt Island, and I'm here to make two short updates on the community efforts to stop the Roosevelt Island steam plant demolition. First, the Community Advisory Group. On April 22nd and May 4th, 4 elected officials, Congressman Nadler, Speaker Manning, Senator Kruger, and Assemblymember Seawright, sent 2 joint letters to RIOC and directly to the commissioners of HPD, DOB, and DEC, requesting a community advisory group. 28 days later, not one agency has agreed. At the May 12 RIOC Operating Committee meeting, board member Lydia Tank proposed RIOC independently fund air monitoring and soil testing. It passed unanimously. 2 days later, at the RIOC full board, the chair refused to let it come to a vote on procedural grounds. The the board voted to adjourn 6-2. An unanimous committee resolution to protect residents held on procedure. Second, on May 15, 5 licensed professionals met with DOB First Deputy Commissioner Shamash because he promised on video on April 15 to show us the building. He denied the promise, refused the walkthrough, refused the structural report, 170 days without producing the documents that justify this demolition, but confirmed that this is not an emergency. DOB ordered this demolition. The city has no use of the building. Our ask, this board anonymous resolution has gone unanswered for 91 days. If this is not an emergency and DOB has confirmed 3 times that it's not, there is no justification for proceeding without basic safety protection in place. Asbestos abatement is starting any moment. Smokestack demolition is imminent. 240-foot masonry chimneys with 75 years of heavy fuel oil residue, 8 feet from occupied building, and honestly, not too far away from the Upper East Side. No oil testing on the firefighter field, where Ryok is inviting children and families on June 6th, directly across from the site for a celebration. We're asking CB8 to write to Mayor Mamdani, DOB Commissioner Tigani, and HPD Commissioner Levy. Since this is not an emergency, stop the demolition until all safety plans are in place and shared with the community. And since the city, only 1 second, I'm ready, thank you. And since the city says it has no use for the building, the community does. We're asking CBA to also request the city to initiate feasibility study for adaptive reuse of the building. Thank you.
Okay, well, I honestly, that second request, I think it's highly unlikely, but I appreciate what you're asking for. One of the elected official representatives is going to give an update in their report about where they think we are, and we'll circle back with you guys to see if another letter is appropriate at this point, if an emergency has been undeclared.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next up will be John Noble. John, go ahead.
I just wanted to voice my support also for the 20-mile-an-hour district-wide speed limit. I live in nearby Community District 6 near the UN, and I'm frequently a pedestrian in your district, shopping and visiting restaurants. And I think that any measure that would protect pedestrians from interactions with cars would be a great thing. So I would ask the full board support the transportation resolution for a district-wide 20-mile-per-hour speed limit. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next up, and our last speaker tonight will be Andrew Fine.
Thank you. I see my timer's already at minute 13, but
Okay.
maybe you can reset that. Thank you. I just wanted to say that I think that all participants in these community board calls should immediately identify where they're from. I'm from 84th Street and 3rd Avenue inside of CB8. Everybody should identify whether they represent a lobbying group. I know there are people from Families for Safer Streets here, and I sympathize with them. However, they are under the Transportation Alternatives umbrella that is heavily funded by Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Vera Mobility, the traffic cam people, and others that have an interest in eliminating private car ownership. Third, everybody should identify whether or not they are paid by a lobbying group. Second, I'm opposed to the 15-mile-an-hour speed limit as ludicrous on 3rd Avenue. It has completely screwed up traffic. At 15 miles an hour during 6 o'clock in the morning, it's a 12-mile-an-hour, and it gets kettled, and 3 or 4 blocks up, everybody's waiting, and it is a traffic nightmare. During regular traffic hours, it slows down to 5 miles an hour, which is an absolute crawl and an inconvenience to everybody. It slows cars, trucks, cabs, buses. Bus speeds, despite all of the improvements that they've made over the last several years, have not budged at all. In fact, I think they're slightly slower. This green wave is actually the red wave. It's nothing but brake lights, and it only works for bikes. In the meantime, traffic accidents on Third Avenue during this period have increased by 50%. Finally, e-bikes. We should not be redesigning and reimagining every street in New York City because bikers and e-bikers especially do not want to get their hair messed up and wear a damn helmet, because helmets solve 75% of the injuries, whereas protected bike lanes solve about 20%. So wear a helmet and get a grip. Thank you very much.
Well, he did it in 2 minutes. Okay. All right.
Right,
That is the end of the public session. Okay. Moving right along. Let's see. A motion to adopt tonight's agenda. Anybody? Everyone in favor? Okay, it's a rush. Okay. Adoption of the minutes from last meeting. Somebody make a motion. Okay, second. Everyone in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay, beautiful. So now we're going to elected reports. I'm allowing 2 exceptions on Zoom tonight, and everybody else line up.
All right.
We'll go to Zoom first.
Let's go to the Zoom first. Carolyn Ruvkin from
Hi, all.
Speaker Minutes Office.
Hi, everyone. I'm Carolyn. I'm Director of Constituent Services for Speaker Menon. Can everyone hear me okay?
That's right. You can wait. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, Carolyn.
Sorry. Am I good?
You can have a
Go ahead, Carolyn.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Carolyn, Director of Constituent Services for Speaker Menon. First, we've been hearing from hundreds of families about the Department of Youth and Community Development's decision to replace Manhattan Youth as the after-school vendor at some district schools. Students and parents have told us how much they value and trust this longtime provider. Our office is in direct contact with DYCD and school principals about this. As Valerie mentioned earlier, if you want to protest the vendor decision, you can write to rfpprotest@dycd.nyc.gov by May 26th. There's also an upcoming council hearing about DYCD's contracting process on May 28th. So we'll get some more sort of clarity about the provider selection. And if you want to weigh in further, you could testify at the council's executive budget hearing on June 10th. Some updates about the Roosevelt Island steam plant demolition. Asbestos abatement began on Monday. Weekly air monitoring reports will be shared with REOC. This is something our office and other elected officials have been advocating for. We also sent the agency some questions we'd been hearing from constituents, and they put together a Q&A which hopefully addresses some specific concerns about environmental safety protocols and questions about the rationale behind the demolition. That Q&A was shared with the CB8 Roosevelt Island Committee earlier this month. As was mentioned before, the elected officials are still waiting on a response to our community advisory group request, and we will hopefully have news to share very soon. Our office just wrapped participatory budgeting, and the winners are District 5 library tech upgrades, bathroom renovations at Yorkville East Middle and PS 158, and new lockers and floors at Wagner Middle. The Speaker's office will also continue funding the installation of a new HVAC at the 19th Precinct and a firefighting robot for Roosevelt Island. Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and I'll see you next month.
Okay.
I'm intrigued by firefighting robots, but we have to go to Julie Rowland, who has just graduated from her master's program today and is uptown. Congratulations.
Thank you. So, hi, yes, I'm Julie Rowland from Assemblymember Alex Boris's office. It gives me great displeasure to not be there in person, but I didn't have time after commencement to make it back in time. But the only thing that could keep me away from you guys is this, and the way I'd like to celebrate is clearly being on the Zoom. So, quickly to announcements. Legislatively, Assemblymember Boris just passed a bill to require the biggest AI companies to report whether their models are trained on copyrighted material or personal data by requiring them to publish where their data comes from. We can better hold them accountable. That's Assembly Bill 6578. So be on the lookout for that. And then, as you know, our favorite things, we got not one, but 2 shred trucks coming in June, because that's how much you guys like them. You're showing up with suitcases full of things to shred. So we're giving you 2. Both of them this time are going to be at our district office. That's 353 Lexington and 40th. And that's going to be Saturday, June 6th. So the first Saturdays continue from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. But then on the 18th, we're giving you a midweek shredding on the 18th, but that one's gonna be 9 a.m. until noon. So come visit us at the district office and we can celebrate more. Thanks so much, guys.
Okay, roar, lion, roar. I guess that's an inside joke. Sawanda, come on, get up there, let's go. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Valerie, for giving me a chance to speak. Okay, well, this is the Wagon from Manhattan Borough President Brad William Siegel's office, standing on my tippy toes. So here it is. Okay, our office would like to tell you about our Immigrant Welcome Center at our Northern Manhattan office. The center will be a single trusted intake point for any Manhattanite, providing walk-in legal referrals, multilingual benefits navigation, know your rights materials, and tenant protections and more. Our office would also like to condemn the horrible terror attack that took place in San Diego. We will be taking a moment of silence at our upcoming Eid event that's taking place this Tuesday to honor the innocent lives lost to this reprehensible hate crime. The Borough President's Office is currently offering discretionary grants of up to $20,000 for nonprofit organizations doing public service work in Manhattan. These are reimbursement based, and if you know of any entity that is interested, let them know that it's available on bpbhs.com/flash. I have flyers there at the desk. We're excited to relaunch our volunteer corps. Please sign up at bpbhs.com/volunteer and share with your networks. I'm happy to take questions about that if anybody needs. We have events. Yes, we do. We have the Eid celebration taking place with Muslim volunteers from New York on May 26th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. This is taking place at Manhattan Neighborhood Network in Midtown. We also have a Jewish Heritage Month celebration taking place 2 days later, May 28th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. inside the mezzanine at 1 Central Street with Comptroller Markley. The UJA, the JCRC, kosher food will be provided along with beverages. And then keep in mind, we have an exhibit plan for our offices gallery with Mocha sometimes this upcoming next month. It will be focused on photographs, maps of Chinatown throughout the ages. All of this is available in flyer form at the desk. And I also want to wish you happy late Mother's Day, a happy Jewish Heritage Month, and a early Eid Mubarak. I know everyone is eager to know about what's happening with these community board applications. Great question. We don't have the exact answer right now, but you should hear very soon. And if you don't, you can always reach out to me at sshahbac@manhattanbp.nyc.gov. But we should have appointment letters very soon. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thank you. We only have 2 open spots. Unless people aren't returning or reappointed, we only have 2 open spots for real new members this year, so. Okay, let's regroup. Next up. Kate?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Hello, CB8. My name is Kate Leslie, and I'm here on behalf of State Senator Jose Strongman. Okay, he sends his best and is continuing the work in Albany to get the final state budget done. There's a quick update from today. The first of 9 budget bills has come to a vote in the Senate as of this afternoon. So the other 8 are expected to go to a vote in early next week. There's a finally an end in sight. And as always, our office is here to help, so please call us or stop by anytime. And we're also partnering with NILAG, Mobile Legal Help Center, to offer free civil legal services. And that's going to be on June 9th. It's a Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at our office. It's on East 100th Street and First Avenue. So wonderful. Thank you all so much. And thank you.
Okay, who won the rock, paper, scissors?
Thanks. I'm here representing Councilmember Virginia Maloney. I'll keep it very brief. She has moved her office into the Gray Bar building. If you'd like the particulars, like the address or the suite number, it's in her report. On Saturday, May 30th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., she is co-sponsoring, along with Carnegie Hill Neighbors, a free electronics and textiles recycling collection that will be outside Carnegie Hill Neighbors office, Saturday, May 30th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 1326 Madison Avenue at 94th Street. And finally, after several months of lobbying, Councilmember Maloney's office has succeeded in convincing DOT to replace the speed hump on East 85th Street that was removed last summer when the DOT repaved. That speed hump was reinstalled today. Thank you.
Well done.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matt Gimbel from Hannah, Congressman Navarro's office. A few quick updates. The Congressman introduced a new bill, the prohibiting repressive officials from titular engravings, commemorations, and tributes, or the Protect Act, which is to ban the federal building from being named after America's most corrupt, the Democratic president, Donald Trump. In other news, Congressman Aller, along with colleagues from New York, New Jersey, introduced the Helicopter Safety and Pairing Act in light of the one-year anniversary of the devastating 2025 Hudson River helicopter crash that took lives. It's a bipartisan bill that puts forth the simple notion helicopters should be held to the same safety as standard airplanes. And then last but not least, Congressman Aller was proud to pass and sign into law the Holocaust Expropriated Art Recovery, or the HERE Act of 2025. This bipartisan legislation will help Holocaust survivors and their families reclaim artwork stolen by the Nazis by removing the upcoming 2026 expiration date from the original law and make the key updates to ensure that survivors' claims are heard fairly in court. With that, I'll give the rest of my time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Audrey from the school nurse office, and because a lot of you are continuing to ask, Liz is doing okay. You might see her strolling around the neighborhood, having coffee, she's zooming, texting, talking, calling, but she's not in Albany yet. However, she has introduced a number of bills this session. The other thing I should say is, though, even though she's not in Albany, she does want you to know that she's speaking more directly to the leader, Andrea Stewart Cousins, that she does when she's in Albany, because they can actually find each other now, because they're in one place, which is not usually the case. So, as I was mentioned, the budget hopefully will get resolved next week, and then there's only one more week scheduled for this legislative session. Who knows, it might have to be extended. Liz has introduced a number of bills, and we curated what we thought the community might be most interested in. One of them protects schools from being used as early polling locations. We know that this is really important in this neighborhood that has already passed the Senate. We also have a bill that Liz submitted, which is to require that delivery apps certify that drivers who are using mopeds are appropriately registered and licensed to operate such mopeds. And that puts the onus on the delivery sponsors, the DoorDashes, the Uber Eats, Seamless, all of them. The Senate 9144 imposes a 3-year moratorium on the siting and permitting of new data centers in New York State until it could study and research the implications on the health, environment, utility, water aspects of the data centers in New York State. We also, Liz has put in a legislation that creates data privacy for New Yorkers' personal health information. I thought that already existed, apparently it doesn't. And the last one, a lot of our residents now live in submeters with a shared meter, and there are lots of complications and lots of issues that have come up. So Liz has sponsored legislation that will put new regulations and protections for residents who live with shared submeters. That's just a potpourri. She has many, many more, but I thought these were things that we hear from our community members concerned about. So again, wish you all a cool Memorial Day weekend. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm pleased to share several updates from Albany and throughout the district on behalf of Assemblymember Rebecca Seawright. We were proud to celebrate the work of Lenox Hill Neighborhood House, which has supported older adults and families in our community for more than 132 years. Assemblymember Seawright was honored at their annual gala, recognizing the organization's continued leadership and service. On Roosevelt Island, Assemblymember Seawright has been actively engaged regarding the proposed steam plant demolition. She led a joint letter with Congressman Jerry Nadler, Council Speaker Julie Menon, and State Senator Liz Krueger, calling for the establishment of a community advisory group to ensure transparency and community oversight throughout the demolition process. We're pleased that today we received confirmation that a CAG will be established and full details will be shared this week. We were promised by the end of the week, so we're gonna follow up on that tomorrow.
That's good news.
Additionally, the Roosevelt Island Operating Corporation Operations Committee recently advanced a resolution calling for independent air quality monitoring before the smokestack demolition begins. In Albany, Assemblymember Seawright continues working to protect older New Yorkers from financial scams and expand access to affordable dental coverage for seniors throughout New York State. New York State of Health Marketplace. She's also continuing to fight for expanded spree and jury rent-free protection by increasing the income eligibility threshold from $50,000 to $75,000. So more older adults and people with disabilities can remain in their homes. This week, the Assembly member also championed Francesco's law to strengthen safe firearm storage requirements and help advance legislation supporting volunteer firefighters and ambulance workers. Finally, our office continues partnering with Claire Burden Network and the Metropolitan, the MTA, to host Omni presentations for older adults across the district. As always, please consider our office a resource. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Okay. All right, so, quick chair's report. Just want to say, I think we're starting to see a lot of the intended but mostly unintended consequences of the city of yes. And, not that we didn't know that they were going to happen, but apparently a lot of people didn't. And I would urge, people to start coming to our zoning, housing and development meetings, because we're gonna be talking about a lot of different projects that are going forward and how they have expanded, by virtue of the universal affordability, provision, forget what it's called. Preference, sorry, that word doesn't seem to go with it, but anyway, universal affordability preference, these landmark transfers and what they really mean and how they should be allowed. And so it's really, I think, incumbent on everybody who's a board member to become familiar with these things. In some ways, to move the discussion faster when we're in the full board, but also to be a more knowledgeable member of the community board and the questions that we're getting as we walk down the street, people point to buildings and say, how did that happen? But anyway, so that I would urge you to do that. We have our art fair coming up in June. As Sawida mentioned, we're still waiting on the selection of new board members, a very different process than in the past. Those of you who have participated in it, I would really be interested in your feedback as to if you thought it was worthwhile, whatever, so that I can bring them back to the borough president's office and see what they're thinking, because it was a completely different process, and I don't really think that they sort of announced how it was going to work ahead of time, so I think people had perhaps, I don't know about misconception, but just no conception of how it was gonna move forward. So I think they would be interested in our feedback on that. And that's really all I have to say at this point. So we'll just keep moving on.
I got a photo queued up for you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say.
No.
So, one of our neighbors, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, is very interested in what we think about their projects and invited, Ian and I to look at the construction of their new restaurant space on the first floor, which they are extremely excited about, and I think we are too. And they're hoping that it's gonna be ready by next year. So, this will be, two different restaurant spaces. They're gonna come and talk to us about it, but two restaurant spaces, one for the general public and then one which was their former Board of Trustees, dining room, members room. And they're moving them to the first floor in order to allow for expanded hours beyond, so this way they won't have to keep the exhibition space open. And they will be open to the public, and you will not have to pay, or donate, in order to go into the museum to use the restaurant space. And it's very exciting. And I believe, one of the restaurant operators is the group that runs Via Carota, which is well known in New York, and it's gonna be a good space. And, they were very interested in some, comments we made, you know, about signage. We talked at length about the 3 doors already that are going to be the entryway to this. And, it's quite fascinating, if you've ever seen the movie Ocean's 13, to be in the basement. It is like crazy town. We wanted to steal one of the signs that said, please watch out for moving art in transit, or so.
Yield to art in transit.
Yeah, yield to art in transit. And I'll end with this fast fact that even being a lifelong New Yorker, I never knew, which is if you turned the museum and made it entirely vertical, it would be as tall as the Empire State Building. That's how big it is. It's a phenomenal institution that we have in our district, and we really appreciate the partnership with the museum. So that's my report. Thank you, Ian.
Thanks very much. Okay, in district manager news,
Here, no.
there we go. In district manager news, we continue to hear a lot about Ori's on Third Avenue. I want you to know we're paying close attention to it. So is the Department of Transportation. I'm happy to go further into depth for anyone who's interested, but suffice it to say, the chairs that you see in front of the building are actually behind the property line, so they don't need special outdoor dining permits unless those chairs and tables start to drift out onto the sidewalk, and we are paying close attention to it. I'm also told that the precinct has been trying to crack down on the double parking that you've seen, and this continues to be a discussion that we're having regularly with our friends at District Service Cabinet. Our neighborhood association cabinet for neighborhood associations to get together and tell us what matters in their corners of the neighborhood is going well. And if you have a neighborhood association that's not on the invite list, you can let us know. Write to info@cb8m.com. Valerie mentioned the art show coming up on June 6th, which is going to be a really great program. I also want to flag for you an upcoming meeting of the Zoning Development and Housing Committee coming up this Tuesday at 6:30 to discuss the future of maintenance in night shift buildings and some of the choices that the residents at the Isaacs houses in Yorkville just voted on. We have a star-studded lineup of public housing policy folks, and you aren't going to want to miss it. I think it will be very exciting. And if you have questions or thoughts on anything that's going on in those buildings, I hope you will show up and make your voice heard. It's a very valuable discussion. The only other item I have for you, board members, you're going to hear from me soon. We're curious about what you think about the blue tablets that we give you. You may love them.
No profanity.
You may have other feelings. We spend a lot of time schlepping them to and from 59th Street. So, you know, gather your thoughts and we'll be eager to hear from you. The last item today is we're always making changes in the office, but we're making some changes around we're hoping to make some changes around the ways that we handle certain streetlight applications. And to speak a little bit more about that, is Miles around?
Miles is here. We thought we would do this at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Oh, at the end of streetlight.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, spoilers. Forget you heard that. I'm done.
Okay, all right, one last thing, our sanitation and sanitation committee has a survey that they would like people to fill out regarding whether you have any issues surrounding sanitation in your blocks. We're setting up, I have a secret direct line to sanitation, which works pretty well for emergency situations, but we do want to have a better handle on what issues people are experiencing, whether alternate side of the street cleaning isn't happening because cars aren't moving, Sanitation wants to be made aware of all of these issues. Just by way of example, if you see orange, waste bags on the sidewalk, those actually belong to the MTA and should not be on the street. So I have a whole ton of pictures and I send them out and the DSNY gets onto the MTA and they get removed right away. But those should not be on the street. If you live near a subway station and you're seeing orange bags, please report them to our office so we can get that taken care of. And Sahar is showing the survey flyer up there, so please take one, spread them around widely, because, you know, the answer we get to everything is, there's no 311 complaint, there's no one who's saying there's a problem, so we would like to rectify that with as many answers as possible. Michelle?
Yeah, can I just note that street vending is under the enforcement of the DOS. And so in that survey, if those who created the survey don't mind, if you have any vendor concerns, non-compliance of anything, would you mind if that's included?
No, it can be included, sure. If you have any issues regarding street vendors, they are under the auspices of the Department of Sanitation, so yes.
And just so you know, I have a contact there and I forward, and they are requiring the 311 numbers
Yeah.
for violations.
Well,
But if
311,
I send them
yeah,
in.
311 reigns supreme. I mean, we say it every month. If you have a complaint, no one can hear it until you file the 311 and get a number, even though miraculously they're all closed within 5 minutes of you getting your number. But we need those numbers for the bots. Okay, Street Life, you're up.
I'll add as Street Life is walking up. If you are a board member, you got an email from me today about an exciting workshop to learn about New York City open data, so you can tinker with the 311 data yourself.
Hi, everyone. We originally had 7 unanimous approvals, and I think we're gonna take 1C, which is the one that you heard from complaints, out of that unanimous approval. And then perhaps consider the rest of them together, which is 1A, 1B, 1D, 1E, 1F, and 2E. Addison?
Call the question.
Second.
That's not fine.
1C, the 81st Street is
We took it out.
1C.
You took it out.
1C we're
I know,
taking out.
I thought she said it was 1D.
No, she
No,
said
1C.
Okay.
Are you going to put on the group 2A and 2B or not?
No,
Oh, you don't talk yet?
no, not yet.
No.
No, you can include those because I'm gonna say yes.
Because you're gonna switch. You were the only ones that were out.
Yeah, I think it's Judy is one of them too.
Okay, well, let me
Okay.
just check.
Those are abstentions, right?
Yeah.
Point of information.
Mhm.
I actually was here for 1B and voted yes. And also for 1C, and it wasn't counted, so I just want the record to show that I was there and voted. My name's not included.
Will you send me a note with those and we will correct it right away? Thank you.
So you can, if it's only me, you can include it.
Well, it's not only you for 2A, Judy.
Well, let's
wants to.
just do 1 and then go to number 2, since they're separate numbers.
Okay, so we'll do 1A, 1B, 1D, 1E, 1F together.
Okay.
Addison, you're fine with that? You feel good?
May we take that by acclamation?
Yeah.
Yes. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, everyone in favor? No opposed? Okay, done.
Okay.
Next, 2.
Then there are 2 then unanimous approvals in the 2 category, which would be 2E and then 2B, because Marco is
Yeah.
switching. Yeah, so those would be unanimous. These are applications for
Roadway.
outdoor dining.
Yeah, so I'm a no.
Is this roadway?
Sidewalk cafe.
2B and 2E.
It's roadway or sidewalk cafe.
Right.
Yeah, 2B is a sidewalk cafe. It's EJ's Luncheonette. And then 2E is sidewalk. It's Madame Bonte.
But they're roadbed, aren't they? I'm so.
No, these are both sidewalk.
Both sidewalks.
Madame Bonte is sidewalk?
Cafe out there.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Madame Bonte?
Now that's a song.
2E, unenclosed.
Yeah, it's the 66 location.
Oh,
not
I'm
the one
sorry.
that's-
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
So those are unanimous. I think we could do them together.
Just somebody,
So I'm a no.
You're a no on the sidewalks? Okay. Can you guys
Just which numbers? Two B and two E.
2B and 2E.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's motion to approve on the floor with only what, yeah, you did that, right? So
Yeah.
everybody in favor?
Aye.
And any opposed besides Michelle? These are sidewalks, okay.
Okay, so then why don't we go to 1C, which is where you heard from some opposition to 1C today. Here's how this went down in the committee is there.
Explain it just a tiny.
Yes, so the current business that you might know is Sistina, a restaurant that is in the low 80s towards the park. That is going to be closing. The building has been purchased by a group that is a private social club. They have a few other locations, not in the United States. I think they're based in London. And they are going to be redoing the building such that there are bars and business spaces in every sort of floor. They presented us with plans for every floor. There was a stipulation that Marco pointed out that they might not yet have a certificate of occupancy. They agreed to not do anything until they have got that.
And the PA too. The public assembly permit too.
Was this?
This is a part of the.
Okay, there was also I don't know if that's a
PA.
stipulation. So there were concerns on that, but they were the only ones who presented. They showed us renderings of the building. They showed us floor plans on every level. Yes, Judy?
Is this the one that the gentleman spoke in the public session?
Yes.
And said he spoke with the owner and he doesn't know anything at all about what they presented to us and what's going in there? So why are there two totally different opinions on this?
I can't speak to why they had a conversation that I wasn't a part of, but maybe if he's still here, I don't think he is here anymore.
No, he's
Are
right
you
there.
here? Okay. Were you the one who said you talked to Giuseppe or is?
Yes, I spoke with Giuseppe around noon on Sunday. I explained that we were very concerned about what we were hearing about this new private club. He said it's absolute, you know what, and not to worry. And that he claims that he holds the net lease for the entire building for an additional 15 years with a 5-year option after that. My guess is he does not want us to get active and would prefer that whoever he's net leasing the entire building to, he wants for them to be able to get their liquor license so that he has all of that squared away. And by us going there to ask, what's going on, he basically said, I don't know anything because he didn't want us to become vocal and active and basically he didn't want us to be here today.
Judy?
Is that helpful?
The owner together and get this straightened out.
I think it was about the rooftop that he didn't want to discuss.
Marco?
I'm going to withdraw my motion, which was to approve. And then we can go with in any other direction.
Okay, Ed?
So I'm just curious. What is the name of the club? I vaguely remember reading something in the newspaper about private clubs.
Kingston.
And I mean, it's not our concern, in my humble opinion, just one member of 50, but it's not our job to be Jim Roxford or Lieutenant Colombo.
I don't know who either of those
Respect
people are.
It's the mayor view. If the mayor, and so our view is the community board, if I may, is simply to approve, as I'm chided for 15 years to only focus on certain things. If the approval here is the club, we're not here to detect what they do with the club. If the city deems it okay to give them a license to be a club, that's in my opinion. Fine.
Yeah, the question
Ours
isn't, are they a
whether-
club or not?
whether
The
they
question
should-
is a liquor license.
Yeah,
That's the
they
question
have
that we
a
have.
liquor license here, is that?
Yeah, that's- yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
Yeah.
mean, so what is the requirement then for the liquor license is? My question, is it, that they have a lease and all that sorts of things, is that necessary?
Yeah,
Is it necessary?
Yeah, they have to have-
a lease for the building?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Russell?
I would make a motion to approve as presented and speak to it if it's seconded.
Second.
So they gave us a fairly detailed presentation during the committee meeting and we heard it. And I think everybody's conscious of the potential problems that you could have with a private club. And you know, people asked them questions, they answered all the questions that we had. And, you know, it sounds like the other clubs that they all operate in a way that's respectful to the neighborhood. They talked about how they would do the same. It didn't sound to me like it was gonna be something loud or whatever. It was gonna be sort of a, you know, quiet, pleasant place. So we were satisfied in the committee meeting that it was gonna be okay. So I think we should approve it.
Russell, I wish you were here for the first part of this meeting because there was opposition at the first part of this meeting that we didn't get to hear in our committee hearing.
Okay, I mean, I still think we should approve it, but. that's
Okay.
fine.
Call on Chuck.
Chuck,
Well,
supposed to call on you.
listen, I don't see how we can approve this. I've approved a lot of these things. We have a building that's 15 feet from it, and they're gonna be doing stuff on the roof. And we've, in the past, really not allowed that when there have been their outside dining, that we put limitations on it, and I just don't see how we approve this. I think it's a terrible idea, and as much as, and I generally support all of these things.
That's right.
But I can't support this.
We wanted to pull the roof up. Yeah, so, I would say that I don't know that this was a terrible decision in the sense that it was like presented pretty reasonably. And I think had you been at the committee meeting, you might feel differently. What Ian is putting up at the top is how, the outdoor dining is going to be, where it's not the entire roof, it is just the front. There are 8 tables and 24 seats. Totally understand that there's challenges with sound if there's even one person on a roof. But provided that they get the certificate of occupancy, it wasn't our sort of question in that committee hearing whether or not we would say yes or no based on neighbors. There was no one who came to the meeting other than that.
Well, they didn't get notice.
Well, and to that point, that's not true. They did post all the flyers that they were meant to. They included detailed maps and they did have all the pictures on it. So I'm sympathetic to, like, we don't always see all the posters that are out there, but they did post everything that they needed to post. Craig.
2 questions. One, are we approving the outside space or the liquor license?
It's a liquor license.
And that's where,
It's a liquor license through 1 through 6.
so.
On the roof.
Yeah, and six is the roof.
My second question is, what are the hours in which the roof can be used? And are there any stipulations that can be put in if we were to approve it to be able to limit?
They agreed to the 10 PM stipulation for outdoor. Yeah. Yes.
The people that spoke in the public session had no objection to there being a club in that building. And they were very reasonable about that. What they had objection to was the activity that would be on the roof. They didn't know the hours. It might not only be private dining, it could be occasions, birthdays, whatever. Their building and all their windows are 15 feet from this. And they claimed they were not aware, so therefore they didn't go to the committee meeting, but they shouldn't be punished for that. The fact is they came tonight, and I suspect if more knew about the meeting, more would have been here tonight. But I don't see how we can ignore that. And they even were so reasonable as to suggest mitigation. So I think we ought to give their testimony very careful examination. And I personally will oppose this.
Elizabeth?
I'd like to propose a substitute motion, which if seconded, I will speak to. I would propose a disapproval unless there is no service on the roof.
Second.
Would you like to speak to it?
So this is an example of the commercialization within a residential neighborhood. And we would typically have a lot of stipulations around hours for outdoor dining in the backyard space of brownstones that are within a commercial district or with a commercial overlay. We typically not allowed use after certain hours, and this is a very different situation where space that has effectively never been used for commercial purposes, that is immediately proximate to residential apartments, is now being converted to a noise-based use that continues outside of daytime hours. And it's not consistent with the expectations in residential community.
Thank you.
Rooftop is used for now, is it, is it a commercial restaurant, do they have?
Christina is in the first 2 floors. Jennifer, do you know?
Yes, I was just on the group. They just.
So it's currently
It's
used,
partially enclosed, it's not like completely outdoor, maybe there would be some renovation, but it's. It's a room.
I've only ever been in Sistina in the downstairs. I've never been to the top. Okay,
So.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah, we're all kind of belaboring the point. These guys were not forthcoming with us when they came to speak with us. And I don't feel they dealt honesty with us.
I mean, we gave them a unanimous approval. I don't know that that was, I don't know that.
But information has emerged this usually. Bunch with reading a lot of the stuff that they talked about. And we have to backstop their community here. They made a very compelling case, and I'm gonna change my vote.
Sure, yeah.
Point of
Marco?
information.
May
May I ask a clarification on the motion? When you were referring to service, were you referring to service of alcohol or of all sorts?
Anything.
Oh,
Well, Elizabeth's the only one who can answer this.
She's at.
I would actually be never.
yeah.
Thank you, just because it was a liquor.
Okay, so this would be a motion
She
to
said the use-
disapprove.
Disapprove unless the roof is excluded.
So the motion to approve for the rest of the bar spaces would be
Yes.
left intact with, all
Right.
Yes.
right.
Call the question, please.
Okay, is this a roll call vote?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, go.
Anderson.
Resolution to approve.
No, this is a resolution to disapprove unless there is no service on the rooftop.
Service of any
Of
kind.
any kind.
Dining can be on there?
So you have to say food and drink. You have to say.
Service
food and
means
drink.
food and drink, and we mean in the outdoor rooftop, I imagine, because there is an enclosed space. And it sounds like,
Yes, outdoor rooftop.
I'm sorry. Does it, are you saying that it can be used at all or just for liquor?
Not at all.
it sounds like there's not any outdoor anything, like there's no sun tanning, there's.
When everybody talks, I don't hear what's saying, what, can you
Yeah,
answer?
it's that, Elizabeth, it sounds like you're saying nothing in the outdoor space.
What she said.
It's ridiculous. I don't.
No, I would say no service of, no food or beverage service.
Yeah, at all.
Okay, that's, so the motion is motion to approve unless there's no food and beverage, motion to disapprove, excuse me, unless there's. No,
It's disapproved.
yeah, I know, that's why this is found.
Service on the rooftop is excluded. Food and beverage
Unless
service-
food and beverage service on the rooftop is excluded.
So
So
it's
it's
a
a,
disapproval.
it's a motion to disapprove unless, so it's kind of an approval.
Everybody's asking if you'd like to have the applicant back.
Clear, that's clear.
Yeah.
Well.
I would love to.
Should, okay.
Okay, so it is possible that we table this is another option,
Definitely.
so.
And in all
But the
of
question's
the
been called.
interviews of borough president appointee candidates, apparently several community boards spoke to the fact that the liquor authorities preferred to see disapproval unless rather than approval with conditions.
All right, so this is the vote that we're gonna do. One of you is gonna call it.
Anderson.
Yes.
Angela. Yes. Ashby.
A yes is a no.
Oh, okay, yes.
Avisa.
Yeah.
Barron.
Yes.
Birnbaum.
Yes.
Boris.
Yes.
Borrero.
No.
Pam.
Yes.
Chu. On Zoom.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. There we go.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Colmack.
No.
Hobson on Zoom.
No.
That was a no.
Barber.
Yes.
Pink.
No.
Callum Clark, yes. Herzog.
I abstain because the syntax.
All right.
Helper. Helper. Hutchinson.
No.
The same.
Yes.
Crickler.
Yes.
Later. Lev.
No.
Mason.
Yes.
McClement.
Yes.
Meyerson.
Yes.
Michaels.
No.
Partial.
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
Price.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Rudder.
Yes.
Schneider.
No.
Seligson.
No.
Selam.
No.
Selway,
Yes.
Hold
Slay.
on, we skipped Sanchez and votes are getting put in.
You skip Sanchez.
sorry, Sanchez.
Yes.
So then you just shift down the nose.
I got it.
Thank you. Slay,
No.
Squire,
No.
Stein,
Yes.
Tamayo,
Yes.
Wald,
No.
Warren,
Yes.
Weinberger. This was our first vote. Did we miss anyone else? Any hands on Zoom? I
Did you
don't.
ask, Chuck?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see the totals coming up.
Yeah, I missed a few, I was. Go back to.
37.
29 yes, 13 no, 1 abstention.
Okay, so now we move to some non-unanimous approvals. These are all in the second category. Oh, yeah, so now, I also 2A because Judy was on that one. So 2A is a sidewalk cafe, or excuse me, it's an enclosed sidewalk cafe. This is one of the grandfather's ones. It's Dorian's Red Hand. At the committee meeting, Judy and Marco abstained. Marco is taking his abstention away.
That's correct,
Okay.
because it's grandfather.
Judy's leaving her abstention in place. That's all I have to say on this one. If someone wants to make a motion.
Call the question?
Call the question, sure. Go for it.
Second. Motion to approve.
Is anybody gonna vote no? Okay, one no, one no and one abstain.
If you're on
Everybody else-
Zoom and voting no or abstaining, please raise your hand with the raise hand button.
Everybody else? A yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Where's Steve?
next.
Okay. Oh, well, Steve was unanimous disapproval. Yeah, okay, so let's go to 2D then. Miles, did you do this one?
Cannabis?
I think, so
This is JG Mellon. Oh, yeah.
This was item 2D, which is operating as JG Mellon, which I'm sure many of you know. And the discussion and debate for this one was they wanted service for their outdoor dining past our kind of guidelines, which is for 10 PM is our guidelines, and they wanted until, I think it was 11 o'clock.
It was midnight. They were like midnight or 11.
Yeah, they said midnight, they said, if you're sat down by one of those times, we want to serve. If you're sat down by those times, we want to serve alcohol, even if it's past our guideline. In committee, it was approved 8-5 to 1. And there were comments, things like a 50-year rule or certain exemptions, so. That's.
This is 2D for JG Mellon.
Melons.
What question? Motion to approve, we're fine with that? Okay, yeah, call it, go for it. That's fine with me.
Right.
Hold on, sorry, so you know that. They did not agree to our stipulation. So this is a motion to approve without the stipulation that they stop service at 10 PM. This is a motion to approve and allow them to serve up to midnight.
Well, hold on, but wasn't the alcohol supposed to be incidental to the?
Yes, food has to be there.
So it's not that there were no stipulations, that there were different stipulations from the standard
They
stipulations.
didn't agree to our time stipulation. Yes, that's right. There's other stipulations in there.
All right, ready, roll call?
So
Sounds like, Alita, you have a question?
I just had a comment. Too late for comment.
I like you to move
So
it.
wait a minute, is this an approval?
This is an approval.
Flat out. Or
Till
what's this
midnight.
say? Till midnight.
That's what they wouldn't agree to 10 PM.
Well,
Yes, with.
and they admitted they've been in violation of the rules for the last umpteen years, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay, I want that on the record too, okay?
They've
They've been in violation for a while.
And they admitted they were in violation.
They did not care.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that's friendly neighbors.
It is.
Yes, it's an approval. It's approval for the sidewalk cafe. That's right. That's what this is.
Call the question.
A second.
Anderson, no. Angelos.
Yes.
Ashby,
Yes.
Avasar,
No.
Barron,
No.
Birnbaum,
No.
Boris,
Pass.
Ferrera,
Yes.
Camp,
No.
Chu,
No.
Coleman,
It's Andrea? Oh, sorry. She's thinking, okay, sorry.
No.
Cormac.
No.
No. Okay. Paulson,
Yes. That was a yes. Am I?
Barber,
Abstain.
Dane,
No.
Tom Clark,
No.
Hartsock,
Yes.
Halpern,
No.
Hershenson,
Yes.
Hussein,
No.
Crickler,
Yes.
Leader, yes, Les,
Yes.
Mason,
No.
McClement,
No.
Myerson,
No.
Michaels,
Yes.
Marshall,
No.
Phillips,
No.
Price,
No.
Rose,
No,
Rutter,
Abstain. And I'll say no.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Snyder,
No.
Seligson, Salam,
no,
Selway,
No.
Slay,
Yeah.
Squire,
Yes.
Stein, Pass. Tamayo,
Yes.
Wall.
I'm voting for Tom.
What
Uh,
is it?
Wall.
You have to say what it is.
Don't.
Yes, no, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the new rule, Buck.
Yeah.
Say.
Yeah.
You have to say it. You have to say it.
doesn't have to say that.
Only if you're talking, if you're not talking, only talking. Go back.
No, no.
Say that.
Yeah.
You gotta say. Yeah, I don't use that, but why not?
FanDuel's been disabled.
Chuck,
No.
Weinberger, Wiener.
She's not here.
Okay, going back to passes, Boris.
What are you gonna do? I'm gonna abstain. I'm totally confused.
Okay, Stein.
I'm zeroing, for us.
It's an abstention.
I didn't.
Schneider. No.
I had this now.
I have you down as a no.
Yeah.
But you didn't call me. I guess you read my mind.
Okay, we got three things left. This one,
Okay, how did that one come out?
25 no's, 15 yeses.
Okay, so that's a disapproval then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are, in the disapproval, are we gonna say why we're disapproving? Because that's important,
Yes.
So wait, how many abstentions were there?
too.
I don't know that.
They have
Three.
three abstentions and one not voting.
There was three.
Oh, right.
You repeat the numbers? 14 yes, 25 no, 13, sorry, 3 abstentions, 1 not voting for cause.
So we're gonna do a flip. So it's a motion to disapprove unless anybody is changing their vote. So the motion is to disapprove. And we're just gonna flip the vote. Okay, everybody's down with that?
And abstain, stay abstain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know why you're allowed to, not vote for cause, but not tell us the cause.
Let's defer to the bylaws.
Yeah,
Committee
we looked
chairs.
into this, and as long as you didn't engage in conversation advocating one way or another during the discussion, then you do not have to.
That's what the charter says?
Oh, really?
Not the charter, but it's what the conflict of interest says.
Yeah, right.
In our last conflict board session.
Oh, you mean the guy with the
guy-
Hawaiian shirt?
Yeah, exactly. The
Yeah.
guy with the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
That's the guy. You got the guy. Oh, that's your pineapple.
Okay. That has not been the rule we've been operating on.
I know it is.
Right, and.
Okay, I'm going to borough board tomorrow. I'll confirm, and if we need it to be, yeah, it will.
Okay,
Yeah,
we-
because there are council comes, yeah.
We have three things left.
And I'll email you all.
I think that will be the best part of the outcome. All right, let's back to work. Let's go.
We have three things left.
Okay.
This one is a non-unanimous approval. It is 2F. It is Dear Margot, a business on 961 Lexington Avenue between 69th and 70th. It's an outdoor sidewalk cafe, unenclosed, 21 tables, 42 chairs. in committee, there was one no, it was Sasha, and I believe it was because it's too many tables and chairs. That's the objection. Yes, Jane?
They have been all sitting outside, I pass it all the time. So on principle, it's just bizarre to me that we're now voting on it. I'm gonna vote against.
So I'll tell you, yeah, so I don't live in the sixties, I live in the eighties, but I was seeing this too, where places who had come to us and said like, we are going to apply for this, had just already started operating. So yes, feel fine in your principle, I see this too.
Yes.
Big shop,
Yeah.
that they're not obeying the rules.
We call the question.
I'm shocked.
Great,
We need a roll call?
I don't know, well, actually Jane and Sasha are.
Yeah, Sash too.
Oh,
I'm gonna vote no too.
all right, so here we go.
Anderson,
Yes.
Angelos,
Yes.
Ashby,
Yes.
Avisa,
Yeah.
Barron,
No.
Birnbaum,
No,
Boris,
Yes.
Ferrero,
Enthusiastic, yes.
Camp,
No.
Chu,
No.
Coleman,
Yeah.
Cormac,
Yes.
Foxen,
Yes.
Faber,
Yes.
Fink,
Yes.
Helen Clark, yes, Herzog,
Enthusiastic pass.
Goldberg,
No.
Hershenson,
Yes.
Hussein,
Yes.
Strickler,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Lev, Mason,
I'm gonna vote yes, because they probably thought the original vote was a yes.
McClellan,
Yes.
Meyerson,
Yeah.
Michaels. Sorry, was that Michaels, yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Partial,
No.
Phillips,
Yes.
Price,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Rudder,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Seligson, Selam,
No.
Selway,
Yes.
Slay,
Yeah.
Squire,
No.
Stein,
Yes.
Tamayo.
Yes.
Wald,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Weinberger.
Yes.
Then we had Herzog,
Yes.
I think.
Less enthusiastic.
it passes 36 yes, 8 no.
All right, two more things. One was a unanimous disapproval for Hummus Kitchen. This is object 2C because they didn't show up.
Okay.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, and they're here now. Okay, here we go.
Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, they didn't speak in the public session. I'm sorry, no.
Excuse me.
No.
Jordan told me to come today.
Who told you?
Jordan probably did. She did say that she was inviting them.
I can show you the email.
Yeah.
It may be that
He didn't understand and needed to
Yeah.
say the public session.
Let's speak.
Okay.
Speak.
Okay. Go ahead.
You can come tell us,
Why you didn't show up?
For misunderstanding, I'm sorry about that.
which number is this?
2C.
2C.
I'm the owner of Home's Kitchen, small restaurant on Second Avenue and 83rd. We applied for a sidewalk cafe, 4 tables and 8 chairs.
Okay.
Any question?
4 tables and 8 chairs out there, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry? I'm.
What are your hours? Can you tell us?
The hours, the outdoor until 10 PM. We open usually until 10:30, but the outdoor is gonna be until 10 PM. We open at 11 AM. Wine and beer, no full liquor license.
Oh, wine and beer. That's
Wine and
very
beer.
important.
Yes, only wine and beer.
I'd like to make a motion to approve it. Second.
All right, anybody gonna vote no?
anyone other than Michelle. Okay.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Maybe you'll know the next time.
Thank you.
Good luck with your outdoor cafe.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
and now, secretaries, I don't see a column for this, but we do have one. Okay, yeah.
Oh, our last item is 3A, which is a renewal for a cannabis license for Sweet Life. In committee, it passed 11-2. If I'm correct, there was nothing, no particularly, just general concerns about cannabis is what I should say.
Call question.
Call. Do we need to call a roll?
Yes.
Okay, a roll call vote on Sweet Life. Anderson.
No.
Angelos.
Yes.
Ashby.
Pass.
Avisar.
No.
Barron.
No.
Birnbaum.
No.
Forrest.
Yes.
Ferrero.
Yes.
Camp. Chu.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Cormac.
Yes.
Foxen.
Yes.
Faber.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Helen Clark, yes. Herzog.
Yes.
Halpern.
No.
Hershenson.
Yes.
Hussein.
Yes.
Pickler.
Yes.
Later. Lev. Was yes, Lev? Mason.
No.
McClement.
No.
Meyerson. Michaels.
Jennifer?
I'm sorry, yes. Sorry.
Partial.
No.
Phillips.
Yes.
Price.
No.
Rose.
Yes.
Rudder.
Yes.
Sanchez. Schneider.
Not in the room.
Absent. Okay, Seligson.
No.
Selim.
Yes.
Selway.
Yes.
Slay.
Yes.
Squire.
Yes.
Stein.
Yes.
Tamayo.
No.
Wald.
Yeah.
Warren.
Yes.
Weinberger.
Yes.
Going back to passes. Ashby.
No.
Camp.
No.
Schneider is still not back. Okay, that is 30 yes, 13 no, it passes.
Okay.
Okay.
She's back.
Would you like to do an intro to the?
No, I'd like to skip this right now. We're not gonna do it.
Okay, we'll skip it. We'll do it. There's gonna be
Yeah.
new news some other time.
Thank you.
That's not what I said.
What?
No, negative.
We had two items. First one was unanimous, and you want to take the.
Sure. So both items do relate to Sammy's Law, so just a little overview of Sammy's Law before, we get into each of its items specifically. So Sammy's Law in general has a few different pieces to it. It allows New York City DOT to reduce the speed limit to 20 miles per hour on any individual street with proper posted signage without requiring legislative action by the states. On, the one stipulation doesn't apply to this district at this point, then there's one that allows school slow zones with 15-mile-per-hour speed limits that can be established at approximately 2,300 schools across New York City. So that directly relates to the first resolution, which involves the first 3 schools in this district that New York City DOT is proposing implementing the Sammy's Law stipulation of 15-mile-per-hour speed limits. It would be just for the individual blocks listed. And the reason that these 3 schools were chosen, because there were questions as to why it was 3 private schools rather than public schools, is because these schools already were equipped to be able to have it implemented. The current administration is planning on implementing it in all schools by the end of the current term of the mayor. So these are just the first 3 dominoes to fall in terms of the implementation of it. So these 3 schools, it was a unanimously passed resolution.
And we should say it's St. David's School, East 89th Street between Madison and Fifth Avenue. Dalton School, East 89th Street between Lexington and Park. And Hewitt School, the lower school, East 76th Street between Fifth and Madison Avenue. So it's those 3 schools, and that was unanimous in the committee, yes.
Call the question.
Informational question first.
Before, okay, go ahead.
Does this mean that you'll get, and you'll automatically get a speeding ticket if you drive more than 50 miles an hour? Past it, and then is there some kind of notice then, or sign?
Yeah, there's gonna be signs, yeah, oh, yeah, that, it's gonna be between signs, yeah.
That's a school zone or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, but at this point, I don't believe that they have any provisions for cameras being
Yes.
actually installed at these locations, and that's something that in the future could happen, but for the time being, they don't have, I believe, the funding to be able to put these in every school zone right now, but they are in some apparently.
Will these just be during when school's in session or?
No.
Good question. The answer is no. They will be in effect all the time. It's not just
Right.
during school hours on school days.
There's
Okay,
still
the
money
question
in
is
there to
actually
sign.
called, is anyone gonna object to this? Particularly with unanimous. Oh, so can we just by acclamation take this?
You're the,
I'm a no.
Okay.
Says no.
Is that you no? No? Okay,
okay,
2 no's?
Any no's on Zoom, please raise your hand.
So let's see.
3 no's,
Slay,
Slay is a no.
no.
Okay. Do we need to call a roll if there's a number of?
No, I think that, is anybody else no? There's 3 no's right now.
No, I thought there were more than 3.
I have no as Hussein, Michael, Selim, and Slay.
Okay, 4.
Or,
Anybody else?
okay,
Closing the no's.
Awesome.
Okay, everybody else is a yes.
then we had to go ahead and you know, put the next.
Sure, I'll start. So the second resolution relates to the first provision that I was referring to, which allows New York City to reduce the speed limit on any local street to 20 miles per hour without the state being able to prevent it from doing so. And that was really the heart of Sammy's Law. Now, many community boards, many may be an overstatement, but about 12 community boards so far have put forward resolutions to have what are called district-wide slow zones, in which they are pulling for their entire community districts that have a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit. In fact, that's been passed by all community boards south of us, Manhattan 1 through 6. So we had a resolution that was proposed that we would request DOT put forward a district-wide slow zone for 20 miles per hour in our district. Again, this would only be on local roads, it wouldn't apply to the FDR Drive. And that is something that DOT would not necessarily immediately be implementing.
And they'd be coming back to us with, once they choose if they choose to, yes, it's Elizabeth.
Point of information, what is the current?
25.
Well, it's not on Third Avenue.
Well, no, Third Avenue, that's a obviously.
Even
that's a
on
special
Third
thing, but I mean in general.
Technically is 25,
Right.
the lights prevent it from being.
Right, that's correct. It's technically 25, but the lights are sequenced for only 15.
Right.
Paul,
And-
yes, Paul.
I'd like to just appeal to my fellow board members who haven't got a strong view about this. I mean, it's very, very simple. If you take the speed limit down from 30 to 20 miles an hour, your chance of dying goes from 45% to 5%. I don't know the exact number for 25 down to 20, but it's probably something like it halves it still. It's as simple as that. I would encourage you all to take this opportunity to vote in favor. In my time on this board, I have seen very few items come before the board where you can actually make a very simple decision that can have a dramatic impact on the number of people in our community who don't die or don't get maimed or have their lives altered dramatically. This, in my opinion, is one of those moments, so please join me in voting yes.
So I just wanted, before we go into others, the context of this, so I had started with a presentation of crash data, and one of the key findings that was presented was the fact that over the past 10 years, there has certainly been a reduction in the number of crashes that have taken place in this community district, which is good news. But the likelihood for crashes that do occur, that injuries will occur as a result of them, has just about tripled. So the injury rate has not fallen along with the crash rate, and that's one of the motivating factors of Sammy's Law here.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
The data does not distinguish, I know the number of crashes have gone up, but when a truck backs into someone and there's a death, does the crash mapper say that that death was due, it has nothing to do with going 15 miles an hour or 1 mile an hour? It doesn't distinguish, does it?
No, it doesn't get to
Okay.
that level of
Okay.
detail,
No,
but
no.
yeah,
Doesn't do it.
I can explain how it treats it because it's based off of police reports and it's then categorized.
Right, but it's still it's characterized in crash number as a fatality. And those kinds of crashes, the left turn crashes, which again, don't necessarily have anything to do with speed, are the biggest or the most frequent
crashes that result in maiming or death, the left turn crashes. Those, that people are in favor of daylighting and whatever, those are actually the crashes that have increased, not ones due to speed.
Yeah, but if you're going slower, you tend to, before you make a turn, it's easier to see
Well, but
people.
you're usually not, I'm just saying, it doesn't say that. I know, but I'm just saying, so you don't know for a fact, so you can't say that any of the data is really, that's all. It doesn't, the data doesn't get that granular.
No, the only statement that I'm making, which I think is factual, is that crashes have gone down, injury rates have not, and injury rates have increased because.
Right,
Yeah,
injury
in
rates,
comparison to crashes.
right, so then there's a question of, if you're left with a brain injury and you didn't die, which is, I get it, but that's not
And there
accounted
was,
for. in the data.
and there was some change around the time of the pandemic where everything, in 2020, the numbers really dropped.
Well, obviously, no one was going
But then
anywhere.
they haven't increased, but the injuries have, that's
Right.
what the data
Yeah.
shows.
Right.
Yes,
Move to table.
Second.
okay.
All right, well,
That's
that
a
ends the
motion.
debate.
That's a motion, it's not debatable. So,
We'll have to take a roll call.
clerk, this is a move to table. No, it's not debatable. You don't have to call a question, it's automatically. Okay, roll call to table, okay?
To vote yes is to table.
What, table?
Yes.
Table, yes,
Okay.
okay.
Anderson,
Yes.
Angelos,
Yes.
Ashby,
Pass.
Avisar,
No.
Barron,
Yes.
Birnbaum,
Yes.
Flores,
No.
Ferrero,
Yeah.
Camp,
Yes.
Chu,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Cormac, no. Paulson,
No.
Barber,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
no. Fink,
Pass.
Hallam Clark,
No.
Hartzog,
Pass.
Halpern,
No.
Hershenson,
No.
Hussein,
Yeah.
Crickler,
No.
Later,
No.
Lev, Mason,
Yes.
McClement,
Yes.
Meyerson,
No.
Michaels, Parshall,
Yes.
Phillips,
No.
Price,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Rudder,
No.
Sanchez,
No.
Schneider,
No.
Seligson,
Yes.
Selim,
Yes.
Selway,
No.
Slay,
Yes.
Squire,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Tamayo,
Yes.
Wald,
Yeah.
Warren,
No,
Weinberger,
No.
back to the passes, Angelos,
Yes.
Ashby,
Yes.
Fink,
No.
Hartzog,
No.
Lev. Guys, it's 22-22.
So that means the motion doesn't pass.
the motion failed.
Then we take a.
The motion failed, okay.
We debate the resolution.
The motion fails, so we're back on the resolution. Motion, yes.
So can I get some information?
Yes, of course.
Great, thank you so much. So I'm determined, I'm not being sarcastic, I usually am, but I'm not at this moment.
How disappointing.
Yeah. I'm trying to understand if this is a vote that is just a statement that we're making of the community, or whether it will actually make a change, because if I'm understanding correctly, there are 12 districts that have requested, have they gotten it?
So-
A failure.
Yeah.
Below Canal Street, which is Manhattan Community Board 1, I think was the first implementation of it. I don't know if that was before or after they made the resolution calling for it.
So just so I'm understanding, the DOT is allowing for there to be to have a district have a 25 limit, and then you cross the street and the driver's supposed to know that they now enter a different.
I assume there would be signage
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
can,
but they are allowed, so the community board that have requested it, there is at least one that has gotten it.
But again, this is where I should confirm the order in which it happened. As part of the implementation of Sammy's Law, there were, I believe, two places where these slow zones were implemented. One was below Canal Street, the other was in Dumbo. And I don't know in terms of if Community Board One requested it first or then later on said they supported, or if they made the request early on. I honestly don't know. And I'm sorry that I.
Listen, we asked them to do this, and they're gonna come back to us when they decide to implement it at some point.
If they decide.
Wait a minute, can you just characterize the conversation, because when I was watching the tape, it sounded to me like the DOT was not in favor of us
That's right.
doing this.
That's right. The
There was-
DOT.
There was there was nobody there from DOT. to say.
No, our community liaison person.
I
from
don't
the DOT.
comment on our community, but he does not speak for the
Well, I
department.
will, and I probably no vote, and I would like.
I'm not saying that to you,
Okay,
not for public.
no, publication,
I'm
okay.
sorry, Chuck, you take too many liberties up there.
Go ahead.
You're not characterizing this correctly.
Yeah, right. Ed, how did that?
And anybody who watches. will take
Okay.
Thank you,
She
Chuck.
did not say.
Thank you, so I can make a comment. I'm troubled, as many times out of transportation, and not to the chairs, let's be clear, before it's ascribed to me that I'm attacking the chairs. I'm not. My point is simply DOT.
Where's my
And
glove?
what troubles me as a longstanding member of the community, a longstanding member of this board. And I can't believe I'm saying this, as a child of a New Deal Democrat and product of the Great Society, is that I'm extremely troubled. I may be the lone voice, but I'll say it out loud, make everybody uncomfortable. I'm very troubled with that background in the push by forces that I will not expound on here, that you've heard me before. Moving on the transportation world to slow down traffic, it's fine. I'm all for it. However, we're all citizens of this country, adults at 21. Ergo, we have a responsibility. And this transportation seems to be foisted mostly, in my humble opinion, upon car drivers, which may or may not be true or righteous or whatever it may be. I'm not here to argue morality, God forbid. But my point simply is, as a driver, as a cyclist, and as a pedestrian, most of the time, I keep my eyes alert for drivers who are human beings, which is lost in the discourse, in all of our public discourse, that at the base level, every person in this room shares one commonality. You're a Homo sapien. That's the commonality. After that, it all goes every which way. But the point is, we're humans, ergo we act as humans, ergo we are fallible, ergo we make errors. Ergo, I would, instead of voting for reducing the speed limit, and again, down and down and down, I believe someone made a comment as to where's the correlation, the R factor, if you will, for those playing the graduate school game, the R factor on a regression, whether you're going for the 1.0 factor.
I think you have worked in the air goes.
Back to the amount of deaths, with the amount of deaths with regards to the reduction in the speed limit, are we capturing, which I think for anybody regarding data, would be interested to know if this is trucks backing up. I think that's an incredibly salient point. And if we're not capturing that, I also don't think it's cool that box trucks just take a turn whenever they want through wherever they're going up the avenues. I've seen that too. I guess what I'm driving at is, I don't like the constant push to decrease speed limits without putting the onus on pedestrians. And I will only offer up one example. In driving to, as many of you know, my son over many years was in hockey in Queens, on Queens Boulevard. There is this boulevard of death. I'm sorry, Chuck, you can disregard it all you want, but the boulevard of death now.
Regarding, I think I get the point.
All of its cameras has not stopped people who cannot traverse those 12 lanes in under a minute from walking out at night wearing black with no light across the street against the light and getting run down. It's not good. But my point is.
Is that a no
start
vote?
teaching pedestrians. My point is, yeah, I'm not speaking
We're not voting.
something, and until I hear something from the transportation department about pedestrians taking responsibility, I will continue to vote against it.
I'm the only no vote. I think I should speak.
I would just like to say, I didn't realize that Senator Cory Booker, a filibuster. Absolutely, you, that was awesome. I would just say, you know, we had a tie vote in terms of tabling, but we live in a neighborhood that's really fortunate to not have a lot of gun violence. We do, however, have a lot of traffic violence. And I would just say to folks who vote at the table, I urge you to reconsider your vote. This is an opportunity to potentially save our neighbors' lives. We don't get that opportunity very frequently. You know, we mostly do what more mundane tasks like outdoor dining. But this is really a chance for us to really improve our community in a meaningful way, protect our neighbors, keep our community safe. So I thank you.
Go ahead. Yeah.
All the questions.
Second. The second?
You know, you did that on purpose. I'm the only no vote.
You
and
already
I
had
should
your
be-
thing.
I had-
What are you
no,
talking about?
that was on the last resolution. That was on the motion to table. I did not speak on this resolution. I'm the only no vote and I should have been given an opportunity.
Okay.
And you.
No one seconded it, so you have an opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I voted no on this. Let me tell you, it has been mischaracterized here. If you watch the tape, you will see that number one, our representative from transportation did object to this resolution. And there was a
Okay,
back,
let her talk.
excuse me, and there was a back and forth between the co-chairs and him, and he stuck to his guns, but Chuck insisted that they do have the right. That's number one, fine. I objected because this was not posted. It was, and it's misrepresented in the minutes that it is sort of woven in to the approval of the three schools, which is a resolution that I proposed, an affirmative resolution on the three schools. And then it was sort of very cleverly woven in the minutes, not in the reality at the meeting. You all can go to the video and you can see for yourselves, but it was woven in to make it seem as though this was part of the conversation, and that was to combat my objection to say that we had no right to vote on this, such a big thing, such a community-wide thing, without posting it. And there are many people in the community who would not have been happy with this proposal and have had no opportunity to speak to it. And there was a member of the community on the call who actually spoke very, very strongly about things being done without community input. So that was my objection. And I was the only one who voted no, but my reason was because it never should have been taken up at this meeting without posting it. You want to make it an agenda item on another meeting and post it all over the community so that people can come and hear it? Great, I have no objection to that, but nobody knew about this, and it was very cleverly woven in. And when the DOT liaison objected to it, I think that's a very serious consideration. You can go back and you can watch the tape and you can verify that what I'm telling you is true. So this has nothing to do with Sammy's Law. This has to do with process, and this was not the correct process, and I urge you to vote it down. You'll have another opportunity if you want to put it on the agenda, but not like this. Please vote it down. It's a real breach of protocol.
First of all, we had this come up in the committee, and it came up, I will say, it did not come up from us. It was a motion made by a
That's
committee member.
But when you
And
moved it up,
just,
you maneuvered it so that it was
Would you-
part of
could
the
I-
Sammy's
could I
Law
complete my
conversation.
10
No, because
minutes?
you're
Oh, I can,
misrepresenting
okay.
it.
all right,
Watch the tape. It'll
you can
speak
watch
for
the tape.
itself.
Was called.
No, nobody seconded it.
No,
Somebody second.
Second.
Paul?
I'd like to second it.
well, I have a,
Actually, before I second it, I'd just like to make a point. I'm compelled to make this point. If we're gonna talk about a procedural issue,
Yes, we are.
so if I could say what I have to say about it.
You already spoke,
Okay.
as
Would you
Chuck
stop?
would tell you.
okay, Michelle, it's Paul's turn to speak now. Come on.
He's for life and not for death.
Let him express his own opinion. I think he's.
Go,
Listen.
let's not for death.
There it goes.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna address my comments to those people who still haven't made their minds up. If we use a procedural issue, whether or not we believe it's a relevant thing to talk about, let's say we have a 3-month delay. And it comes through and we get it done properly. 3 or 4 of our neighbors will have been killed by then.
I don't think that's accurate, but.
Delay. Every year, we have people dying in the neighborhood.
But you
Okay,
can't.
I think we're done with that.
I'm not saying.
Can I just ask a question about the
I'm not
resolution?
saying,
Yes.
there's a correlation, I'm saying, if we don't act now,
You did. You just.
if we delay it, I'll say it differently, every time we delay this, more people are at risk of dying and being maimed. That's it.
Okay.
I don't
Yes,
understand
yes.
the part of the resolution that says, we're asking, what are we giving the DOT the authority to do? Because in the middle of the resolution, it says, you designate the street. So if they have to come to us with the street anyway,
Right.
I don't understand the purpose behind this
So,
resolution.
the purpose is the Sammy's law requires in the New York State motor vehicle law that if New York City DOT is going to lower the speed limits, then they are compelled to come back to the community board with that request. So we are asking.
No, we're just asking them to look at
So-
doing that in our area. That's
They
essentially.
still
That's
have
the
to-
resolution.
That's what the resolution says.
That was not what the resolution
It-
said, and as a matter of
basically-
fact,
We are
Jane
asking-
corrected you.
We are asking.
It's clearly written.
Sick of it.
The question has been called and seconded.
Okay,
Correct.
I agree.
The question.
Okay,
So let's vote.
If you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it, but it says what it says, so let's just go.
Let's vote.
okay,
I'm ready.
call the roll.
It had second.
What are we voting for?
The resolution is written.
Yes, right.
Okay,
To approve.
To approve.
It's to approve a request.
Sammy's law thing.
Did you read
DOT.
Did you read the minutes? It's to approve the.
Yeah, I did, Chuck, but I've been hearing a lot of voices, so your minutes even got lost and all that, my apology.
the resolution's on the tablet.
Okay, I'll read the resolution.
No.
No, don't do it.
Okay,
Okay,
Thank you.
I won't read the resolution.
Michael voted.
Anderson,
Yes.
Angelos,
Yes.
Ashby,
Yes.
Abisar,
Yes.
Aaron,
No.
Birnbaum,
No,
Torres,
Yes.
Ferrero,
Abstain.
Camp,
Abstain.
Chu,
Abstain.
Coleman. Did you?
She's not in the seat. I saw her before. I think she's gone. Yes.
Cormac, yes. Paulson,
Yes.
Barber,
Abstain.
Fink,
Yes.
Allen Park,
Yes.
Hartzog,
No.
Halpern,
Yes.
Hershenson,
Yes.
Hussein,
Yes.
Crickler,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Lev,
Pass.
Mason. Pass. Clement,
Yes.
Meyerson. Michaels,
No.
Parshall,
Yeah.
Phillips,
No.
Price,
No.
Rose,
Yes.
Rudder,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sellingson,
Yes.
Sellum,
Pass.
Selway,
Yes.
Slay,
No.
Squire,
No.
Stein,
No.
Tamayo,
No.
Wald,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Weinberger,
Yes.
and then back to Lev, Mason,
No.
Sellum,
No.
okay. And on Sandra did not come back, is that correct?
Correct.
Just changing to a no, please.
Can you tell me who this is?
I'll leave that to Lou then,
Okay,
sorry.
thank you,
Thank you. I'm also changing to it.
Okay, that's so hard.
thank you.
It's a no for me.
Oh, now it's Angelo's and no.
Okay,
Take your time.
all right, why do we not have this on the bottom template? That on yours? Okay, then that passes 23-15-5.
So that passes 23-15.
Wait, Sandra is back.
I think once it's enough.
Okay. Well, I just, if you wanted the opportunity to vote, I was gonna give it to you.
I feel fine about it.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Are you done? Are you guys done?
Thank you for.
Okay, landmarks, and can I ask the rest of the committees to try to move it, because we gotta get out of here at like 9:40. So I'm assuming that everybody read the resolutions that are coming up. Or if you haven't, you have your very convenient tablet in front of you, and you can read them now.
They're really selling the town basketball. All right. So the first one is 11 East 76th Street.
So my,
The next one is 11 East 76th.
It's not on.
The button on the bottom. May I?
Yeah. Anytime.
All right, there you go.
11 East 76th Street. So 1 of 6, I just built it in a row. It's in fairly good condition, but it needs a lot of repairs. It's a 5-story building, limestone and gray brick in the front. Let's go to the next. What they want to do is repair the front totally, and add to the 5th floor, raise the 5th floor, so that right now the 5th floor is close to 8 feet, they're raising it to 10-foot 1, and extending it to the front, and they're also putting like a skylight, so that there's no ability to see to see anything that's on the roof. So, because everybody's always interested in the statistics, right now, the building is 63 foot 3 inches to 67 foot 3 1/4, depending upon where you go. And if you add a bulkhead, it goes from 67 3 all the way up to 78A. However, the issue is what you see or what you don't see, and whether you feel that this is too much for the building. Let's go to the next. Sorry, I don't know why it's inviting me here. Thank you. Very simply, the architect was very, very careful. This is one of the best set of drawings we've seen. He was meticulous, both in his restoration of the front and the back, and also in his way of achieving some additional space. And this is just a good view of the front. Let's go to the next. As you saw from the section from the street, can't see anything on the roof. The only thing you can see are the chimneys. The chimneys have to be raised by code because a certain area around the chimneys has to be high enough so that you don't potentially create a fire. So the only thing you see as you move around the street, because it's not just directly across. He showed us going up and down the street, there is no way to see the addition. Next. So here is the original, here's the proposed. Again, we'll be very careful with you to show you the full, but understanding that the added is set back. And as far as what's happening here, they're taking out the railings on the first floor. And they're putting in all their windows to match the original, and they're insulated glass, and they're taking wood doors, and the typical doors on the street are the glass and metal doors. So that's basically the elevation. Next. And then this is a very good summary, the new section, showing you where they're making all of the changes and corrective work. And then this is the rear, or the rear is brass brick. It's got punched in windows. They've added some window area. These are the proportions that they're going to. And they also have raised a small portion of the 5th floor. So this was an approval, but it was a close vote.
All the questions.
Second.
Anybody want, well, it's approved, so we should call the roll.
Is this the bearing? Is this, wait, hold on.
Stuart approved.
Yeah, okay.
Do we need a roll call?
Yeah, we need a roll.
People left, you need to figure out who left.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Anderson,
Yes.
Angelos,
Yes.
Ashby,
Abstain.
Avasar,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Birnbaum,
No.
Borres,
Yes.
Barrera,
Yes.
Camp,
No.
Chu,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Cormac, yes, Paulson,
Yes.
Barber,
Yes.
Fink,
Yes.
Howland Clark,
Yes.
Hartzog, Halpern,
Yes.
Hershenson,
Yes.
Hussein,
Yes.
Brickler,
Yes.
Later,
Yes.
Lev,
Yes.
Mason,
Pass.
Clement,
Yes.
Myerson,
Yes.
Michaels,
Yes.
Parshall,
Yes.
Phillips,
Yes.
Price,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Rudder,
Yes.
Sanchez, Schneider,
Yes.
Fellinson,
Yes.
Selm. Selway,
No.
Slay,
Yes.
Squire,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Tamayo,
No.
Wald,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Weinberger,
Yes.
back to the passes, Hartzog,
Yes.
Mason,
Gonna vote no because the applicant posted our flyer by stapling it to a tree. And anybody that stupid should not have their applications voted. Anybody who wants to change their vote, go right ahead.
maybe not. Okay, so that is a 36-5-1.
Other side.
Passes.
They should send me pictures. That's fine.
Shall I go back?
Yes, go back. Yeah. The next one is 125 East.
There we are.
Okay. This was unanimous. Just.
We gotta move on.
You haven't heard yet that I am changing my vote. I'm changing it to not voting for cause. The reason is that the architecture. Yes, I do, because I discussed it. The architect who did this was not listed in the agenda, so I did not know who the architect was. And I discussed it and voted for it at Landmarks. And then, last night at 10 o'clock, when I was writing these resolutions, was my first chance to see the name of the architect on the drawings. Happens to be Renette Riley, architect. We happen to do some work, our firm and their firm together. So it's a potential conflict of interest. And therefore I will change, I can't change my vote from the evening before, but tonight I'm not voting for cause.
It's
And,
listed as having you not voting for cause.
We modified it on the minute.
No, you did.
Yeah, modified here.
Oh, okay. I'd asked that it be modified, but I was told it couldn't be.
All the questions.
This, you can see, this is a very small 5-story building. And it's a unanimous approval except for me.
Okay.
Show the next one. At
Okay,
least let them see what
We
they're
gotta
voting.
take a vote here.
when they looked at their tablet. Right?
Here it is with its new windows.
Beautiful.
Some of us even realized the minutes weren't even on originally and make sure they were so everyone could see it.
Okay. Anybody voting no, or we know who's not voting for us? You're gonna vote no?
I wasn't here.
Okay. One abstention. Thank you, David, for your disclosures too.
So we're gonna move along to number 3. 116 East 80th Street, an individual landmark, an absolutely glorious building designed by Cross and Cross with a very interesting social history. There is a picture of it. It's one of 5 remarkable contiguous individual landmarks on East 80th Street. It wants to transfer its unused development rights under a section 75-42 section of the zoning resolution to transfer the unused development rights to a receiving developer. The committee, with 4, I think, negative votes, voted to disapprove this application, really based on principle. Because we heard a similar application last month on East 78th Street, 2 individual landmarks transferring their development rights to the same receiving property. And if we could go to the map, I think it would be very interesting for everyone to actually see that. This is the next slide. Okay, here is the receiving site. Here is the house that transferring its unused development rights over to here. And you can't see the 78th Street site, which is down here covered by this little rectangle. They are also transferring, the 2 houses on East 78th Street are also transferring their development rights to this receiving property. And the committee feels very strongly that it's a bifurcated process. We vote on the one hand to recommend to the Landmarks Commission that there be a restoration program as part of the transfer. And yet we never have a chance to see the actual site where the air rights are being transferred to. In this case, there are now 3 houses transferring their unused development rights to this single property at the southwest corner of Lexington and 79. So I think that's why it's become kind of controversial. I know a lot of people want to speak to it. I'm going to first call on Elizabeth Rose.
Thank you, Jane. I pulled up our resolution on City of Yes as it related to air transfer, the air transfer proposals. And what we voted on then is actually really instructive and immediately on point for this situation. And I thought it's worth reminding us all what we voted on then. We approved the transfer of air rights proposal with conditions. Those conditions were, 1, that only residential or community facility uses be the eligible land uses for the properties taking the development rights. We don't know what the case is here.
It's right.
2, if we require the inclusion of a mechanism for affordable housing for developments using as of right landmark transfer of development rights. We do not know that there will be affordable housing on the receiving site.
Well,
And 3, that the amount of increase an eligible site can receive is limited to 20% of their existing FAR. We also don't know if that will be fulfilled on this site. And so the problem is, we supported this conceptually with limitations. And we have no ability to see whether those limitations are in fact being fulfilled. And we're all here because we advocate for our community. This is what we advocated for. Approving this does not meet what we all said we wanted.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I think that really captures the essence of why the committee voted to disapprove. It's a principle here. I know Adam will speak for the other side.
There's no other, just so you know.
Yeah.
We'll answer all 3 of Elizabeth's questions. So Deirdre Carson, when speaking on behalf of 159, 161, and 78th Street, mentioned that the transfer is going to a residential development. So that answers question 1. Question 2 was to the affordable housing. She also. She also let it be known, she might not have been supposed to say it, but the site will be a UAP site, so they are purchasing offsite.
Yes, exactly, which we don't really approve of in this community board. Thank you, Adam. Go ahead.
But
Number three, sorry, the third one was the FAR.
Limit the FAR.
It's 20%, that's the law, that's what 7542 says, it's a 20% bonus for R10 equivalent districts. So all three of those are satisfied by this.
Thank you, Adam. I know Sarah too wants to speak. She's on Zoom. She has a business meeting in the Midwest. So we'll go to Sarah.
Thank you, Jane. I I said this at the committee meeting, and I take the position that on principle, moving forward, that I'm going to be voting no on all 7542 applications until we're able to get the transparency and the context we need when we need it to make the decisions that serve our communities. This TDR process is purposely bifurcated to force us into decisions without the full information that we need. By fragmenting this procedure, early decision makers never have the full picture of the project to which the TDRs are going to be applied at the time that input is being solicited. And so believe this creates a situation where the approval of a preservation plan will be laundered down the road as legitimacy for the receiving site. And I'm told that we'll get a bite at the apple down the road when the TDR comes up in our community board. But by then, the project could have picked up momentum with other stakeholders in the city, and the receiving site can secretly amass FAR from many, many TDRs and then come to the community board down the road, perhaps a community board with a different composition without the same institutional knowledge, and ask for a zoning change. And so we don't actually know what this site is going to look like. Even if there is some public information or some leaked information, we still don't know. So we've discussed at the committee about being practical and simply assessing the issue before us in the Landmarks Committee. But Jane has called this a moral issue, and I agree with her. And there are plenty of issues on this board where people vote their conscience or their principles in the face of something that is considered perfectly legal. And I'll cite Street Life Committee issues as being a prime example of that. So I'm not confused by the current limitations of our committee's work. On the contrary, I perfectly understand this process, and I don't want my vote to contribute to a process where my compliance is with a purposely tilted process is taken as an endorsement down the road for a building that can be so large that it will impact the context and appropriateness of the historic districts, that it will overshadow and may not even have the appreciable benefit that serves the priorities of our city.
Okay, I think we'll go to Miles now. I think it's nice to have rotate back and forth. Miles.
So I just want to say, we had this debate for 30 minutes in the last meeting on a very similar issue where they were selling their air rights to maintain their maintenance plan. And in the committee meeting, for both this one and the previous one, there was very little discussion on the actual maintenance plan, which is what we were voting on. Marco had a very small objection, which I hope he talks about, but that's what matters. And if we're talking about principle, a community member called us out on this, that we were being flip-floppy on these issues because we voted for two of them and now we're disapproving this third one. And there's no, in my eyes, substantial difference in the actual applications. So if we're talking about principle, we need to actually, and I said this in the first meeting, that we need to set how we're actually gonna approach these issues. Whether it be that we're gonna consider the potential future development of something, or if we're just gonna look at its merits. But like we talking about principle, we have to stand on, I think we have to stand on what we did for the past two applications.
Thank you, Miles. Now we're gonna go to Alita.
Thank you. So those two applications and this one are going to the same building, which no one knew about when they voted the first time. And they may not know about because there's no requirement that they talk about any of this. In the same way, it came to my attention today from someone who's very well versed in zoning, that this could disincentivize a developer from putting in affordable housing because now they're getting additional FAR when they don't have to put in affordable housing, which would encumber their building permanently. So this actually discourages affordable housing, so I ask those of us who are interested in affordable housing to consider that. It's not transparent. Friends raised this before the Landmarks Preservation Commission, that there's already a maintenance that's required, and we don't know how anything contributes to the additional maintenance. And I just want to read a passage from an article about this project when it first became public in October, which is that Closer Properties development thesis is to build amenity-rich boutique condos at prime locations in New York City's historic neighborhoods. And is this what we want to be contributing to by giving them the ability to purchase these the transfer of development rights from historic properties when we don't know how far this is going to go? So yes, this is very much a principle, and it has to do with transparency.
Thank you, Alita. Now we're gonna go to Russell.
Call the question.
Second.
So is there all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, call the roll.
No, hold on.
It's a disapproval.
It's a disapproval.
Yes, no.
So a yes means no.
Anderson. Yes. Angelos.
Yes.
Ashby.
Yes, indeed.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Barron.
Yes.
Birnbaum.
Yes.
Forrest.
Yes.
Ferrero.
No.
Stamps.
Yes.
Chu.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yeah.
Cormac.
Yes.
Paulson.
No.
Carver.
Yes.
Fink.
No.
Tom Clark.
No.
Hartzog.
This is an approval or a disapproval?
Disapproval.
I didn't hear him. Disapproval or approval?
Disapproval.
No.
Halpern.
No.
Hershenson.
No.
Hussein.
Yes.
Crickler.
Not here.
Later, no. Lev. Mason.
Yes.
McClement.
Yes.
Myerson.
Yes.
Michaels.
No.
Marshall.
Yeah.
Phillips.
Yes.
Price.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Rudder.
Yes.
Sanchez.
No.
Schneider.
Yes.
Seligson.
Yes.
Salam.
Abstain.
Selway.
Yes.
Slade.
Yes.
Dwyer.
No.
Stein.
Yes.
Miles.
Yes.
Wall.
Of course not.
Warren.
No.
You sure you can't not vote for cause?
Weinberger.
Yep.
No.
As an issue.
I think that's everyone. So I passed 27, 15, 1.
Okay, I would also suggest that this is a policy matter, and we should try to be consistent with the way we are dealing with these, or alternatively, be consistent, but you can still be consistent and vote one way with one because of a certain exception or a distinct fact pattern that takes you off your policy. But I think there needs to be a discussion about what we did with City of Yes in terms of our voting and how we're approaching these applications. Whether that discussion takes place in zoning and development with landmarks at a joint meeting. But I think there should be some discussion so that we don't have to have these discussions every time we have a full board meeting on each application. Or alternatively, you can go to the landmarks meetings and have them out there. Yes, Mr. Cool.
One after thought. Meeting our rubric, and that's what pointed out, this would have qualified under the approvals that we wanted to see under our
Okay.
yes vote.
But I also think there was a strong.
Oh, here's are basically, where's.
Okay. You guys, you're done, right?
Yes.
Okay, next, Parks and Waterfront.
You want to do us first? Judy?
And listen, we have an executive session where we have to make a decision on hiring someone, so I hope you're all stretching your legs in the back and not considering leaving. Okay,
Want to do this in the meantime? I think Judy went to the restroom.
no, she's right there, I'm looking at her, that's why, I appreciate that. Let's get it going, guys. The faster you get up here and start talking, the faster somebody can call the question. Okay.
Am I being?
Okay, and this is the unanimous approval, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just tee it up.
Elizabeth and I represented the Landmarks Committee at the Parks Committee on this magnificent proposal from the Central Park Conservancy. And it is the conservatory, water basin, accessible pathwork, and boathouse restoration.
All right.
I'm gonna give you first just a little bit of history, and I'm gonna go quickly. In 1873, the reason this is called the conservatory water basin is that where you see the first boathouse from 1910, originally proposed was a magnificent glass, all glass house. The name remained, but we never got the palace. But we did get this first little boathouse in 1910. Next.
All right, so I didn't.
Next. How do you want to move?
Oh,
There we go. Well, come to budget committee tomorrow and talk about new computers for staff.
Okay. So, that's 1954, we got the current boathouse. And I just thought it was a great photograph, Robert Moses, but all of these important people celebrating this wonderful boathouse and the restoration of the basin. Next. This is what's going on in the basin today. It's in terrible, terrible shape. What you're seeing is generations of construction and reconstruction. Let's go to the next. What you see here is a major change in how you get there. Every aspect, whether it's coming from Fifth Avenue or being within the conservatory water area, being on the terrace or being in the boathouse, everything is now fully accessible, which I know is something really important to this committee. And well, yes, next. Last but not least, this is the rendering for the new boathouse. So everything is going to be redone, the basin, all the plantings, the terrace, and what we're getting, the central area remains and gets restored. The wings that are there now are getting taken off. They're getting new wings with large men's and women's restrooms, and then you get the wings on the other side, which is going to have the new concession space. I suggest to all of you, it's such a beautiful presentation, and I feel I couldn't fully show you how great it is. Go into your computer and take a look at it.
Okay,
Yeah.
call the question.
Thank you.
All right, anybody voting no? Okay, here's to the new boathouse. Okay. All right, who's up next? Communications, communicate quickly. Barbara.
Alita is joining.
It's Alita. No, I'm telling Barbara to pay attention.
Right, so
Go
the
ahead.
Art Committee and the Communications Committee worked on choosing someone to design a logo for CB8. We had 8 applicants after putting out, after our scheme to try and get applications. We have $800 to pay someone. They're going to do 3 logos. The Arts Committee and Communications Committee will pick one of the logos. We need a logo for this community board, so we met together and this was the guy that we chose.
Okay.
Madison. Sorry.
Anybody, say no to the logo? Okay.
Great,
It's a
thank you.
go-go.
Oh,
All right.
Up to the art show, please.
Oh, yeah, come to the art show. Next. It's the fabulous and essential bylaws and governance committee. Oh, look at this. It's a red line and, lawyers love red lines. Wow. Now that's a slide I can get into.
We passed most of the unanimously, and the first one was the article about the absences from the board, and we presented this last month's board meeting, and everybody looked at it. In person, we brought that down a little bit. It was 5. Now it's 3 excused absences for the board or land use meetings, and then 3 Zoom appearances, etc. or absence from 25% regular scheduled meetings of committees. So that's an issue because there have been a lot of questions about absences and stuff like that. So everyone felt it ought to come down. That was unanimously approved. I don't know, should we just go through them all? And we can-
I don't know, I mean, Ed seems to have a question.
Is this not redundant? Is not the borough president, when we all apply to the board, incumbent upon us to attend these meetings?
We have specific, it's not redundant. We have specific language in our.
I guess I framed it the wrong way, Chuck. My apologies to you. My point is not redundancy so much as duplicative, in that the borough president has laid down guidance from their office. And should we not just simply mirror their guidance, is my question.
No, they haven't necessarily laid down guidance. They like to look at the attendance, but they don't have any specific
I
guidance.
thought it was 10% under the last BP. It was 10% you had to make
Well,
all meetings.
I don't know that.
I thought that was a requirement when you filled out your application. You
I think
would
that's a
read.
floor, not a ceiling. I think
Right.
we are entitled to have our bylaws say that.
And our bylaws
This
said
is-
that.
But this would be more than 10% or less. Because if you're more than 10%, then you would be lowering the standard. If you went higher than 10%, you would be lifting the standard. You would be racing to the bottom with this as opposed to keeping it 10%. My apologies for the way I framed it, but
It
it's
is more than 10%. So basically, you've got 12 months in a year, except we only meet in 11 of those months.
So you'd only be able to miss one under the borough president.
No, we have one. I don't think that's necessarily a rule of the borough president.
No, I'm just,
Yeah, I
I'm positing,
understand
I'm asking a rhetorical, I'm not a rhetorical question, I'm asking a question to the bylaws committee with respect to this attendance issue. That, as I remember, the last several times that I've applied to renew my membership to this committee, to the board, that it was, I come to all the meetings, so it's not really an issue, but the point is that attendance, at least under Borough President Brewer and under her successor, there was some language, I do remember. Something with respect to you do by signing up and submitting your application, that you agree that you will come to all the borough, you will come to board meetings, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and there's like, some 10% thing to that.
The answer to the question is, first of all, it's a new borough president, even than the two you mentioned. That's a policy that any borough president can put in and change at any time.
Okay.
The existing bylaws, which are the part that aren't redlined, the part that we've had for a long time, had certain number of absences before this trigger kicks in. And we thought it was appropriate to reduce it because the number was, we felt, very high. If you think about 5 in the course of an entire year, that's like a huge proportion of them. That's why we're reducing.
Not arguing.
So it's the existing that's been there for a long time. We're just changing the number.
So here's the change. Is anyone who object to this change?
Call it wrong.
So can we say that by application if you want to vote no? Okay,
No, because
So-
the other change.
so that's by application.
Are we gonna, can we take them all at the same time?
Take all the unanimous.
Yeah.
Let's take all the unanimous, let's
Okay.
just go through them, take all the unanimous. You know, that was,
Is someone gonna, call a question on all the unanimous? Judy?
I call the question on all the unanimous.
Is there a second?
Leading
Is
question.
anyone gonna vote no on all of the unanimous ones that we had?
most of these are just very.
We talked
cleanup
about
kinds
them
of things.
already.
We talked about them
basically.
last.
Yeah.
Great. So let's go on the non-unanimous.
Let's just go to the non-unanimous.
Right.
And
was.
Ongoing rules for term limited members, which was item E.
yeah, this is right.
Oh, that one didn't pass, and so.
No, it did pass.
It did pass.
Did pass, but it was by, it was more than a vote.
Pass the way it passed. I mean, there's a resolution there.
So this is the only one that was not unanimous, and I'll let someone else.
It's not this one, it's the last one.
Since
Yeah,
this-
not this
yeah,
one.
Since this directly might concern me next year, I'll let you guys speak.
We had a discussion about, potentially, dealing with the fact that a lot of folks are gonna be, rolling off the board and we're finally feeling the effects of like the term limits. To allow opportunities for, board members that are rolling off to be involved in a certain way. I think there was mostly agreement that we shouldn't be creating some like different category of board member, but we wanted to allow the opportunity for board members who roll off to join a committee as a public member, and so we increased the number of public members like by.
Yeah, but can I just clarify? Okay, good.
What do you want to clarify?
I just want to clarify, but it's still at the discretion of the chair to appoint any public members. This would only increase the number that the chair had the ability to appoint for each committee.
Chair of the community board.
Yes, correct.
So I just briefly, I was opposed to this and my reasons were, just very briefly. Anybody who's a member of the public, whether they were a former member or not, can still attend all of our committee members or committee meetings and be heard. So it isn't sort of necessary to make this change for that to happen. And I just felt like the committees, to me, like they should be subsets of the board membership, not sort of distinct bodies essentially. And I just felt like having more public members, raising it from 2 to 3, you're going too far down the road of sort of making the membership of the committees too different essentially. And it's really just a line drawing question for me. You know, 2 is the right number, for other people it may not be, but that's what I found.
Miles?
I'll call the motion.
Oh, Chris, is there a second?
Second.
Okay,
Chuck, can you read that? I can't find that on my,
yeah.
Yeah. The number of public members on a committee shall not exceed, and it used to be 2, we have changed it to 3 members, except where mandated by law.
okay, I did.
Is any, what do you want to vote no on this?
I'm gonna vote.
Vote no.
I don't
Okay,
No.
okay.
So let's call it.
I understand.
Okay.
There are some committees right now who don't have.
To be
any.
clear, I was about to say, we would be very lucky to have the problem of having 3 public members on each committee, but proceed.
Okay, so can we say it's everyone else? 3 no votes?
Yeah,
I'm a no. So, sorry, I guess
Oh.
we're doing it that way. Who are the no's?
You have to call a roll.
I don't,
The no's are, Squire. Who else is a no?
Burnham, format,
Alan Clark, are you keeping your no?
No, Helen Clark.
Yep.
okay,
Hold on, sorry.
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
and Sanchez.
Anyone on Zoom?
It's called the roll.
Okay.
Yeah, he's calling.
Well, we're almost done. We're almost,
I
we
think
do
we're,
that.
That's
We're
it.
done.
We're done,
we're done.
we're done.
I think we're done.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you so much to our bylaws committee. Well done. Very difficult job. We appreciate it. Okay, now we're gonna, any old business? Any new business? Okay, now we're gonna go to executive session. I want to thank all members of the public for showing up, but it's time to say goodnight.
Okay,